Chin, let's get him on the call right now. Let's do this shit. Testicles, testicles, 1, 2, 3.
Hello. You right?
Yo.
You right?
How are you diddling?
Good?
Are you good?
Yeah, fine. How are you, Duke?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Sweet.
Sick of everything taking a long time.
Yeah.
Look, what you've got to do is look on the positive and use it as an excuse to not do stuff.
No, that's not how Duke rolls. Like, you can't do
I know.
that.
That's not how I roll. Like, I've been using it as an excuse not to grade papers lately, but time's up with that.
So you've dabbled a little bit.
Yeah, well, as much as I can.
Yeah, as much as you can get away with. That's what you want to do.
I mean, I probably could get away with more, but you know, it's a trust between me and the students. Like, I can't drag it out, you know.
Oh, Duke.
Yes.
Duke.
Yes. Ah!
There's an iTunes review in America.
Oh my God.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do that one.
And I haven't opened iTunes on this thing for a long time.
No, I haven't. I check every week. But you know. But there's one for America. Fuck yeah.
You sure you want me to do this?
Do what? Don't do it now. I'm just telling you to get it ready. Get it
iTunes.
ready.
I'm getting it ready. I know. That's what I'm saying. I haven't opened iTunes in like 6 months.
Yeah, it might blow your computer up or something. It might just go, whoa, I'm not having this anymore. What the fuck?
Are we ready?
I think so.
Yep.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
I'm going to edit that to make it closer together. Don't worry.
Welcome to the Veteran Gamers. Jimmy out the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. The thing goes It's the Veteran Gamers. It's the Veteran Gamers.
Big head like this bookie book.
Yeah, boy.
We said meh.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Oh my glob.
Yo, hello, and welcome to episode 411 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah.
G-O-L-D, let's go.
I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
Yay.
Yeah.
And we are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we stream on the internet live every Sunday at 9 p.m. GMT.
Stop the fucking show, bitch.
It's going very well. On YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah. Apart from last week, that is. That was on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's because I had just gotten done with my hospital stay.
Yeah. Well, that's not the reason we were streaming on a Saturday as it goes.
Well, no, that was why I wasn't around for much of it.
I know, and I've got to say, Duke, you were a trooper last week, I've got to say.
Well, I'd been sitting around in a hotel room.
in a hotel, man.
Yeah,
where they have doctors and shit.
24 hours, so I was ready to be doing something else. But
yeah. So can I just double check?
My hand is recovering. I'm slowly healing. It all looks okay. I've avoided infection. I finished my week of antibiotics, and I got this hard plastic thing wrapped around my thumb now, and I have to change the dressings every day, and it's all very exciting.
So can I ask you? Obviously, you're changing the dressings. What does it look like? Is it like Frankenstein thumb?
It does look like a Frankenstein thumb, yeah. It would have been great on Halloween to be like, "Hey, kids!" Like,
"Hey, kids, thumbs up."
Yeah, right. I haven't gotten that joke at school.
I'll bet you've not. I told you last week. That's what you'd be getting all the time. I told you that.
Yes, you sure did.
I did. Yeah. So it's going all right. Is it painful at all?
No, I actually have only taken pain meds once since I got out of the hospital, so. I can't tell if that's because I'm not experiencing a lot of pain or if because I am an Iron Man of endurance.
You are. You are.
I doubt
so,
that.
so the controller's still out of action, I'm guessing.
Controller's out of action, but I have managed to play some other games. So don't worry, people. I'm going to be talking about actual games this week.
There you go. Well, that's always good because I've not played hardly anything this week. I've been really terrible.
Jeez.
I know. You know, because normally when you two are a bit shit, you can always rely on me to have actually played something. But this week,
Yeah,
not so much. Not
Well,
so
you know
much.
what? I don't think it's a person's humanity or them being a bit shit if they don't play any new video games. in the
Yeah,
course
yeah,
of-
no, it is. It's because you're both.
Come up. That's the way it is. People tune into this show to get us horns and halos, warts and all.
Yeah, no, it is because you're a bit shit sometimes. That's what it is.
I am, but that's nothing to do with it. It's I can be a bit shit and still play lots of new games,
That's
or I
true.
can be a great person and play no new games. so-
That's true also.
So
That's
I
true.
don't live my life according to the whims of you or any of our listeners. In fact, listeners, I have a special message for you.
yourself.
Yeah, I said it.
Do you know that still is one of the best sound clips ever? That isn't it? It's such
it's
a good sound
great
clip.
sound clip.
Such a good sound clip. Chinny, come to you. Let's come to you. How was the recovery after your extra life stint? How are
Fine.
you?
No, it's fine. I struggled to get up Monday morning really badly. But apart from that, I was okay. Didn't really.
So
Yeah.
did you nearly oversleep? Did you go into work late? Did you go fuck this? I'm not going in this morning. Did you do any of that shit? I mean, you're the boss.
I went into work late on Monday morning. And that's about
How
it.
late is late though? What are we talking here?
Um,
Like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock? 10?
About 10. Yeah, supposed to be at 9.
You're supposed. So did you get told off? Did you get the look?
No,
Did anyone go? What time do you call this?
no.
I guess the boss can get away with that.
Yeah,
Boss, do whatever the fuck he wants.
yeah. I just go in there and go, "Why isn't this shit done?"
Yeah, I'm late. Well, I've come in an hour later one morning. Yeah, not late. I come in an hour later. That's what you got to say. I
What
come
the
in an hour
shit am I
later.
paying you for, you bastards.
Yeah. And what is all this shit? The office is a mess. Fucking clean it all.
Why is the mugs dirty? Somebody fucking wash them now. My excuse is that like they don't have to go home and worry about this shit when they're in bed, whereas I do. So
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't have to worry whether you're getting the work in.
they go
or
home
any
and they're like,
bollocks.
Psh, whatever, done, and I'm like, fuck. So.
Yeah.
I
I twist
get
with knobs. Done.
Now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
So
No,
we
no.
should talk a little bit about Extra Life, and
Why?
because we should just
Fucking done. We saved the kids. Everybody's
It's
fine.
been done. We raised $700,000 and now we're finished.
Good.
We're moving on to the
I'm the best. It's
you are.
over.
This is what we need to talk about. You are the best.
Right? Gary and Greg
You
have been at the
are
top.
the champion.
Gary
My
and
champ-
Greg have been at the top of the VG Hub list for too fucking long.
Ever.
So I
Yeah,
knocked them
suck
off,
it.
and I made them think, "Oh shit, son." And now they're gonna think about shit, and now they're gonna go, "Oh fuck, I thought I was like the big cheese." Well, guess what? I'm fucking here, motherfuckers.
There's a new fucking piece.
And everybody go, "Oh yeah, but you was Lucky Chin." Yeah, fuck you.
Who cares? Do you know, it's actually quite funny because I have listened now to your coverage of the previous week. And on that show, when you were talking to all the people doing Extra Life, you were bemoaning the fact that no one would ever get more money than Gary or Greg DeLacy.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Guess what? Yeah.
You pissed on
You
their
did.
chips, didn't you? You pissed on their chips.
No, but like, I mean, previously, I used to get about 500, 600, and even if I didn't get that one generous donation, it still would have been my best year. I would have got about 850.
So
or
what's
something.
different this year?
I got that big donation.
You
Well,
got
no,
a
but
massive.
besides that, you said it would have been without
Oh,
it.
I don't know. I think because I've been streaming a lot more this year,
Built
and
a brand. You got people all up on your business.
yeah, and Tara said that like it's not always luck. I mean, you make your own luck, you know. So
Yeah,
don't feel like just because you got lucky. Maybe he liked your stream. Maybe he liked you or whatever. I don't know. So, I was like, I don't know. I just probably just picked some fucking random idiot and it landed on me. But I don't know. Maybe he saw something he liked. But whatever. Fuck you, Gary, Greg. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck all.
Oh
of y'all.
yeah, and also yeah. It's about the kids. You know what I mean? But not really. It's about who wins and the donation.
It's about who gets the most cash. That's what it's all about. Oh yeah, and as a result as well, the VG Hub team was in the top 100 teams.
You're welcome.
It was within the top 100, so that's impressive.
So what do we get for that?
I don't know, nothing.
I think
Do we get our name on some like tweet that they sent, or
don't know.
No.
I think if you
I
get,
want to know why the people who organize Extra Lives didn't retweet me about taking breaks and avoiding deep vein thrombosis, because that's some shit that could kill somebody if they're
It is.
doing Extra Lives. They need to
What
remind
do you
me.
mean? What do you mean? On average, 4 people die every year doing Extra Life.
Are you serious?
No, mate, I'm making it up.
no,
Man, dude, don't.
that sounded really convincing.
It did.
No, right?
It did.
Sounded really good.
That was actually quite funny, wasn't it?
On average, 6 people get bored to death while watching Mike Chin stream.
They die of boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I just say as well, I did try and contact Scott Cawthon to see if it was actually him who gave you the donation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get nothing back, nothing,
No.
not a sausage.
He's a humble
I
man.
emailed him, I tweeted him, I did all that bollocks, and there were nothing.
No,
So either he just doesn't want to like say, or it was just someone pretending to be him. But if you were going to give a donation pretending to be a video game celebrity, I don't know whether you'd pick him.
Why not?
I don't know, because he's not the big, you do Gabe.
There's no
Newell or
reason
something.
to say that you're Scott, is there? You know what I mean?
No.
Who's
No,
lying
it's a bit
about
of a
that?
funny- Yeah, it's a bit of a funny choice. Although, I mean, don't get me wrong, this guy is a rich guy. I mean, his net worth's about $60 million.
Yeah.
So he's not
That's
short
a
of a
reason
bob.
to claim to be him.
Yeah, but I don't think people would automatically know who he was. If you were going to pick someone, you'd pick someone that was more obvious, wouldn't you?
Like Peter Molyneux or something.
Yes. Yeah, someone like that. I think it genuinely probably was him. For some weird reason.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
No, I don't think there's a debate there. You're picking a fight that no one's arguing.
No, because we don't
Explain why
know.
it's him.
We don't
Shut
know
up.
it was him, do we? We don't know. It's
I
just.
know.
Well,
I know
How
for
do you
a fact. He called me.
The
he
biggest
called
the
you
biggest
up.
clue is he left his name on it. Like that's the biggest clue we have.
That is the
little
biggest
finger-
clue. But anyone could write a name,
Yeah, well, I don't know. I
as
think you're
we
looking
know.
too much
We
into it.
we regularly get speak pipes off.
What
Will
I
I
don't
Am.
wanna
We know
do-
it isn't him.
Are you saying that that's not Will I Am? How
No, Will
dare
I
you,
Am.
sir?
Actually, we don't regularly get them anymore. But also, can I just say?
That's because he's busy making actual albums.
Can I just say, I actually now do think that Brian Bryanson was Pilch Reed.
I don't.
Well,
No, I think it's Brian Bryanson.
I don't know. It's kind of coincidental that it sort of stopped at a certain point in time.
No, I don't think so.
Do you not think so?
No.
I don't know. We haven't had one for a while, but never know. We might get one next week. Who knows?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who haven't been around. It could be
That's
Barack
true.
Obama.
Brian Bryanson.
But
Yeah,
what we don't want to do is belittle all the other people that donated to me because
Yeah, we
they're
do.
great.
No, we don't. We don't. And I was amazed. I must admit, when I got up on Sunday morning and came down and just said a goodbye before I went to work. I was amazed at how much cash you had. It was just like, oh my god, look at all the cash.
It's making it rain.
Cash.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did catch you literally just before you were finishing up, wasn't you? Did you have about another hour? About another hour, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels
so-
like a very, very long time ago, by the way.
It does. It's amazing how time flies, as they say. Time does fly, doesn't it? Yeah. No, a week's gone by, and then before you know it, it'll be Christmas because that's close now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, a month away.
Yeah, I was close. That's
Yeah, but
close.
Thanksgiving is closer.
Yeah,
Don't talk
Black
about
Friday.
Christmas after Thanksgiving. Don't you all know how this works?
Yeah, no, because we don't have that shit in our country.
No, I know. That's the joke.
Yeah,
It's very funny, you see.
it is
yeah,
funny,
It's hilarious.
hilarious.
There's people falling out of their chairs laughing.
My sides are literally splitting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, it's time for us to talk about what we've been playing.
Yeah, let's do that anyway.
What you been playing? What you been playing?
go. Anyway,
Round
shall I?
table style.
Yeah, we're doing that because I've only got one to talk about.
Then
Really.
you better start.
Well, I'll start then. The only thing I've played, and I've played quite a lot of it this week, is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
The new Colossus. That's a Colossus walking.
It is. I like that. I like that a lot. And I've got to say, this is going to be a potential game of the year for me so far.
Dude.
What? Say what?
Because, by God, this game is good. I mean, I don't even know where to start. It's just, it looks amazing.
Graphics.
I mean, graphically, it looks amazing.
Graphics.
Right?
Does it look better than the last Wolfenstein game?
Yes.
Does it
yeah,
have?
yeah.
Does it have more than 3 polygons?
It definitely has more than 3 polygons. It looks great.
It's a 2D side scroller, right?
It is. It is 2D side scrolling. There's jumping.
Just kidding,
on-
people who are
on
listening in.
platforms. No, it looks amazing. The story and narrative structure is great. I just love the way it's put together. Some of the twists and turns have been brilliant. There's stuff that I didn't even see coming. There's been shocks. There's been like, oh my God moments. It's like watching a really good movie. Do you know what I mean? It's up there. It really is up there. And it's also got a bit of tongue in cheek. It's got some silly stuff, but it's also got like some really serious themes as well going on in the background. I tell you, it's just so good. I don't know what to say. I mean,
Before this came along, what was your game of the year?
probably the Yakuza 0.
Yeah, but that's shit though, isn't it?
No, that's a good game.
Mm.
That's a good game. Yakuza 0 would have probably been up there as my potential game of the year this year. But this, frick me, it feels like, you know, all the best like story-driven narrative games you've played, it just feels like one of them. You know, it's like a BioShock. It's like a Half-Life 2. It's like a Portal 2. You know, it's up there narrative-wise. And as we know, they don't come along that often.
No, they do not.
And I just can't tell you how much I love it.
I might need it. Does it do like a previously on Wolfenstein type thing?
Yes, it does.
Oh, thank
Yes,
God. Because
it-
I can't
Yes,
remember.
it does.
Yes, it does. I can't
Because
remember a thing
it
about the
picks
first
up
one.
it picks up exactly where the original Wolfenstein
Previously
finishes.
on Wolfenstein.
Yeah. So,
So
the
wait,
game
it
starts.
picks up where the New Blood finishes, or the old whatever it was.
No, the first is it was
Oh,
it?
because that was a prequel, wasn't it?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
DLC
No, this
was
picks
a
up-
prequel to the first
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's where the first game finishes. This starts. It's like it literally is like just a continuation of the game.
Yeah.
It just literally carries on. It's just so good. The firefights are great. It feels really satisfying. The weapons are brilliant. There's like there's some really cool weapons. You know, I can't remember what was in the first one, whether some of these were there. But there's one that's like you can attach it to people and then sort of remotely detonate it and stuff. So that's always satisfying when you do stuff like that. There's a lot of sort of very sort of maturely handled racism undertones. You know, a lot like I'm guessing Mafia 3 and the way that handled it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game about killing Nazis. I don't know that I would call it undertones subtle.
No. There's obviously there are
No,
sort of-
Duke. No.
No. What I mean
Stop
is,
it.
what I mean is, Duke.
What
there
I
are
mean.
scenes that
There are
involve
scenes
racism.
where they say the N-word, Duke.
There-
That's
yes,
what he
there are
means.
scenes that- not necessarily that, but there are scenes where there's obviously obvious racism, but it's done in a way that's not immature or belittling it or using it to just glamorize.
Does anybody say the word
Right.
cracker?
Not that I'm aware
Right.
of. I don't remember those words.
Hook
Mm.
nose,
Not that I can remember.
Mm.
Red Sea pedestrian.
But it's great. I don't know what else to say about it apart from if you haven't played it, play it now.
I've got
There you
it.
go. Have you got it? You need to play it.
Got
It's
it.
amazing. It's amazing, man.
Oh, by the
You
way,
liked it as well, didn't you?
I loved it. I loved Wolfenstein and the DLC.
Well, I'll tell you now, you're not going to be disappointed.
No.
There are even some vibes of Metro as well, which I really like. You know, because obviously it's a post-nuclear apocalypse and stuff's gone on. So there's some vibes of that as well, and it does feel a lot like Metro. Metro Last Light, more than 2033, where you're walking around Manhattan and it's obviously been devastated by an atomic bomb, and it is pretty impressive.
I suppose the funny thing about Wolfenstein is that it sort of no one really expected it to be this good, which helps when it is this good. Do you know what I mean? When a game gets so overhyped.
Yeah, it's easier to clear the bar and go above and beyond.
And I think people did like the first one, but everybody was like, well, they do it again, and they've done it again and beyond by the sounds of it. So
oh yeah,
it's kind of helped it that it wasn't really expected to be very good. The first one especially, no one thought it was going to be good. I remember playing it thinking at EGX one year and thinking it was going to be meh. But I was playing a very meh section of the first game. No, I'm looking forward to it. How far are you into it?
Probably I would have said about 6 or 7 hours, so I don't think I've got a massive amount to go to get to the end. You know, I would say probably another 3 or 4 hours and I'll be done.
Right.
But I would definitely recommend, and I know this isn't what you usually recommend, but I would definitely recommend playing on easy because it's just so satisfying just shooting shit up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard about the difficulty on this game. Because apparently, like, normal's still pretty difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm not really
Easy's
sure.
very easy, I've got to say. Although, you know, there's not much of a challenge, but it's so satisfying.
Why'd you set it on easy then?
Just to shoot Nazis, I guess. There's something satisfying about it. About, you know.
But don't you think you should talk to Nazis instead of shooting them?
No, I think you should shoot them in the
Violence
face.
is never the way, man.
I definitely think you should just shoot them in the face.
I keep playing this trailer. Why don't you show actual gameplay?
Doesn't want to spoil it. Doesn't want to spoil it.
Even though the trailer spoils loads of stuff.
Yeah. It kind of does, to be fair. It does show a lot of stuff. While I was looking at the trailer, and I was thinking, wow, there's some of the big moments in that trailer.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can't wait to hear your take on it, Ginny, when you played it, because I can't see you not liking this game. I really can't.
It's probably just going to be this. It's fucking sick. That's probably going to be it.
It is. I think that's exactly what it's going to be.
If you don't want, to spoil a game, Stu, you type in teaser trailer.
That's right.
Then you send a link to that because that won't spoil it. You see.
Or you can find a Let's Play and just put the first part of the game because that's not spoiling much. In fact, according to Stu, that's not spoilers at all.
No, the first part of the game would definitely be big spoilers.
According to Stu Logic says, it's the first 5 minutes of the game. Who cares?
I've been very good describing this game without spoiling
that's
it.
true. You have been good lately. So then pick a part of the game that doesn't spoil nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But that's sometimes really hard to do, though, isn't it?
Anyway, nobody wants to hear us arguing about which clips we're going to put on the stream. Certainly not the people listening. Anything else you want to say about Wolfenstein?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I don't know what else. Just
play it.
Brilliant. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, Stu, but single-player games are dead. So good luck with that.
Loot crates in this?
Not this one.
Oh, it's all about loot crates, motherfucker.
There's no loot crates in this.
Is it an open world game?
Yeah, there's no open world.
It's all about locking characters and jacking up the price, bitch.
Yeah, no. This is a game that's all about.
I'm sorry, but look at the best games of the year. All of them are multiplayer loot crate games. Wolfenstein, Persona, Zelda, Mario. This is where it's at. Just get used to the trend.
Wildlands.
Did that not have loot crates in it or microtransactions?
Yeah, but Wildlands was a bit boring after a while.
Hey!
I played it all. I played it just as much as you, Duke.
No, you played it more than me.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm telling you.
Finished it.
It's boring.
But you're wrong.
It's boring.
I'm going to finish it one of these days, and then I'll prove you wrong.
Then you'll be like, yeah, it is. And tell me why you haven't finished it then, because it's boring.
Exactly. No, it's because other stuff keeps coming up. I'm going to go back to it. Just like I'm going to go back to all these other games in my library.
If that game was the new Elder Scrolls, you'd have finished it by now. Why? Because you would have loved to play that. Because Ghost.
I don't know. I haven't finished the DLC for Fallout 4, have I? Ooh, in your face.
Talking of that.
Yeah.
Go on.
Is it time to move on to someone else?
Well, I think Stu's done, isn't he?
Okay,
Yeah, I'm done.
well,
I'm
I'll
done.
talk about the DLC for Fallout 4, Far Harbor,
Far
Oh,
Harbor.
God.
Far Harbor.
because
Well, at least it's not Skyrim.
yeah, exactly. I haven't played a lot of Skyrim lately. I should,
No
but
one
I want
talks
to
about
play.
Skyrim.
Is this Fallout? I've got the clip here. Is this? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's
It's
the thing. I want to play
Minecraft.
Fallout 4 because that is good to do when you don't have full functioning of both your hands. So, I started up Far Harbor again,
Far
and I had to do a
Harbor.
mission where I'm infiltrating the Children of Adam.
Oh yeah.
And first of all, they're kind of boring because it felt like they were interesting in Fallout 3, and even that little enclave in Fallout 4. Not the enclave, but the group of Children of Adam out in that desert thing. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember them.
The wasteland, whatever. They were okay because you didn't have to deal with them very much. But now they're like this whole faction that you can spend time with and shop with and do missions for and, you know, all that. I'm like, no, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to go in, do this mission I have to do and get out. So what's the mission, Duke? Well, the mission is there's this dude and you need to get his memories. All right. You know how that usually works in Fallout. Go to the computer, type in, do the little password mini game, and then it says downloading memories, and then you have them, and then you go back. Not this game. This game said, you know what people love most about Fallout 4 is the settlement building. What if we took the settlement building dynamics and made it into kind of like an RTS, where you have to use that to send beams of light while also protecting these little green aphids that run around the ground and get the memories.
What the fuck is this?
What is this?
It's like a weird, bad Minecraft with
It is! I
Portal,
was just
with
thinking it looked
Portal
like
2
Minecraft.
laser puzzles in it.
Well, the weird bad Minecraft was the construction of the settlements to begin with, but now you have to use those tools to make a little bridge so that the aphids can come along.
Ugh,
and-
why? Why do you want to do
know,
that? It sounds
there's-
boring as all hell.
As soon as I finished it, I was like, yes, I'm done. I don't have to do this anymore. And then it said, first of all, as soon as you lead them to the spot, these like enemy drones show up. So you have to build a turret to defend them from the enemy drones flying around. Now, it's not a big deal if some of them get killed because more will spawn, but you know, one of them can hold like 5% of the memory. So you have to protect them and they're running back and forth and it's like, oh God, this is so stupid. And then they got them all and I was like, okay, fine, I'm done. And then it goes, memory 1 of 5 complete. Enter the memory stream in order to get the next one. I was like, ah! Now, I had started this with like 10 minutes until, you know, the Duchess and I watch The Daily Show and stuff at night. So I had started with 10 minutes until that, you know, phase of the evening was supposed to begin. And so I only got a little ways in. And I don't know where it saved me. I don't think it's going to be in the middle of this because you're basically in this simulation moving boxes. So I think I'm going to have to start all over when I go back to it.
Do you know, I'm watching this now and find myself thinking, who at Bethesda went, do you know what would be a really cool idea? Let's do this like block puzzle thing that looks a bit like Minecraft.
See, I don't think that's how the conversation went. I think the conversation went like this. All right, people, look. We need to get something different for the Far Harbor DLC. Well, we got these slimy fish-looking creatures. Yeah, okay, fine. We got this robot dude who looks like he's got steel beams jutting out of his head. Yeah, okay. We've got a Children of Adam settlement. It sounds stupid, but whatever. What about how are you going to get the memories? I don't know. We'll get it sorted by tomorrow. And they're just like, I don't know. Let's just use the building stuff to get memories. And there's little green bugs.
I reckon it went down. I reckon it went down like this, right? I'm gonna paint out the scene. Bear with me.
Okay.
I'm ready. Go,
So
go.
we're at Bethesda Studios. Gary, who always gets in early because that's the way Gary rolls, opens up the office, and he hears like a ding dong at the door because this studio has a ding dong bell, and and he goes, "Fucking hell, who's that?" Like, anyway, he goes to the door, and it says, "Hello, I'm I'm Timmy. I'm a little indie developer, and I've made this little indie game where you move blocks and lasers. And I've got so much respect for you at Bethesda that I'd love for you to take a look at it." And Gary's like, "Oh, that's interesting. Well, nobody's here right now but me. But come in and show me the game." Meanwhile, flashback. Gary's boss said, "You need to make some DLC in a week, or you're fired, Gary. You big shit. Also, I'm fucking your wife." That's just like a backstory that we can't get into.
This is like wrestling, man.
so
It's like
that
WWE.
So flash forward again to so Timmy's like, "What do you think?" He showed him his indie game, and it's this shit.
Yeah.
And,
Blocks, lasers.
and he's like, Timmy, got my characters mixed up. Timmy, I think it's shit, and I think you're shit, and I think you should kill yourself. So then Timmy kills himself. Gary steals the game.
That's a bit rough.
Gary steals. I didn't write it. So Gary steals the game, and then presents this to his boss, and his boss is smoking a cigar, going, "Love it," like that. That's how it happened.
Is that how it all went down?
And that's Bethesda Office Theater for this week. Tune in next week for another episode of Bethesda Office Theater, where we'll talk about how the new Colossus came about.
Yeah.
So anyway,
developer
point
office
is,
theater.
Far Harbor's okay. It's got some
Far
things in
Harbor.
it that I like, but this is really stupid. So
How
I haven't
long
gone
did
back
this section? Oh, how long? You've not finished this bit yet, have
I
you?
played it for like 15 minutes, and
How
I'm
long
only
do you reckon
doing
it's
2
done?
of the 5 sections. And
Oh,
apparently,
my God.
when I went looking for this footage, all the top results were, here's how you do level 5, here's the 5th one, here's how to do the 5th one. So I'm bracing myself for the 5th one to be super stupid. And here's the other
Of
thing.
course, it's going to
When
be
you-
super stupid.
Yeah, but like super double stupid. When you're making a turn,
That's what my teacher said about me.
yeah,
What? You were super double stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
when you're making the
Bit harsh.
turrets, you have to use some of your resources, like when you pick up junk in the world. So it's possible that I need to go back and get
Jump.
more.
No.
tier-
So in addition to doing this bollocks, you've got to go and grind more shit. To
Maybe,
this
I don't know.
bollocks.
Maybe it's possible that I just have to use stuff from the world around me, and maybe I don't have to go get stuff from back in the wasteland. I don't
Oh,
know.
that would be shit. That would be super. That would be
shit.
double shit.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
we'll see. But anyway, that's that. And yeah.
For her.
Should I talk about the other thing I've been playing? Or?
No, it's Chinny
Yeah,
now. It's
Chinny.
Chinny.
Oh,
What are
right,
we
yeah.
doing?
Hey, Chinny.
I'll
Go
break
ahead.
the order of this tradition that
Well, it
we've
was
had
your
for
idea.
3
Come on.
weeks.
Right, it was my idea because my idea.
No, it was Chinny's idea.
I don't know.
Right, because Chinny is awesome.
He is awesome.
Finally.
He
I've been
raised-
playing.
That's-
Shut up!
Okay.
I've been playing a video game called Mario Odyssey.
You were playing this last week.
I was playing this
Yeah.
last week
That's
during
it,
my
that's it.
Extra Life, which is a charity thing. And I didn't finish it, but I was right by the end. It turns out I was right by the end. If you're
Ah,
listening,
When you say right, how long are we talking?
an hour.
Wow. That really was right by the end.
And I'm sorry to spoil it, but Bowser is the bad guy.
No.
I know.
what? Oh,
Mega
damn,
spoilers.
spoiling everything.
Mega
Can I,
spoilers.
can I ask a question? Does he finally kill Bowser, though? Is he actually dead for good now?
No,
Or
what
what's
happens is it turns out that Peach is really into Bowser, and every game is Mario ruining Bowser and Peach's life.
Love life.
So he's never actually saved Peach. He's just
So what you're
stopped.
saying is, it's just one huge misconception, is it?
Yeah.
And sort of,
But it's
Mario,
actually a total misconception because the other twist is Bowser is not into Peach. Bowser's into Toad.
yeah,
So there's
Ah.
a really weird layer of confusion going on, but nobody can really say how they feel. There's this frustrated wall of silence that everyone sits behind.
yeah.
Wow. It's pretty deep, man. I never knew Mario was so deep.
yeah.
Pretty tragic.
Apparently Mario's 25 or 24 or something, according to the law.
According to the law, what law
Okay.
is that then? The law of how old Mario
Miyamoto said like.
is?
Cause-
Yes,
cause-
he just picked a figure out the air, didn't he?
Yeah,
Miyamoto
if you
went, "He's
type in
Mario,
how old
24."
is
He went into his
Mario?
vault and looked at his notes.
He did. He did. Oh my god.
Yeah, 25 years old. So apparently.
Whereas it's not like Mario.
He doesn't look 25, does he? Really?
Nah, he looks like 40 odd.
He does. He looks like a
he's-
tiny little old man.
Yeah, I'm not really happy about
Because
it.
I'm 45 and I'm old, so you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
So have you? So what would? So is it your game of the year, or I'm assuming a contender?
You've got to, for this to be my game of the year, you've got to remember how good PUBG is.
PUBG,
Because like, though I don't play it all the time, I'm not as obsessed with PUBG as I was. You've got to remember, and you've got to also think about the things that PUBG has achieved this year, considering we did not know what it was last year. So to answer your question, Stu, I don't know, because PUBG is a beast. But Mario Odyssey is a super fine game, and yeah, it ends well, very well, and I love it. I thought it, yeah, the ending did not disappoint at all. It was fun. It was different. It didn't really feel like any other Mario ending. It got you doing different things. It swapped it all up, and just like Mario on a whole, right, is the very definition of what a game should be. Right? What do you do with a game? What answer
Play
that?
it.
You play it.
Play the
Right.
play the game on.
And I would argue, Stu, that most of the shit games that you play, you barely shut up. You barely you push foot up, you push W, or you fucking push up on a stick.
You don't
and
do
then
that
you
in
listen.
Yakuza, man. You're doing
I'm not
combos
talking about
and
Yakuza.
shit.
I'm talking about
He's
like
talking about pigeon fucking.
yeah, or something like that. All right. Whereas
Or what's the deal with Edith Finch?
yeah, like oh,
What remains of Edith?
What
Finch? At least you
remains
get a
of-
title right.
I know what the fucking title is. I'm trying to make a joke.
exactly.
I know.
What we found
Look,
out
don't
about
joke about that game.
games like what we found out about Doreen Boswell, right? Just isn't that fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Nope.
Mario is
They're not
this,
supposed to be, man. They're supposed to be a stark examination of the human psyche.
Mario
Right.
is like
I like that description. It's good.
Mario is all about playing around, right? It's all about you've just got this little playground, and each world isn't even that big. I mean, some of them are bigger than others. The one on the screen now is quite a big world compared to all of them. But like everywhere you go, everything you touch, everything you sort of like throw your hat at or anything like that, there's always something to play with, and it's just exactly what it just strikes a chord in gamers just to mess around with this, or what I did this, or like, you know, there's a big like lump in the ground and you go, well, what if I smack it with my ass and then a big moon pops out, or what if I kill all these things, or what if I jump on this fucking lion, or what if I jump on this flower, what if I, you know, do this, what if I do, and so many times where you think, I don't know what this is, I can't find any more moons, I've got all the moons I need from this level. And then you look at the list of moons and it tells you how many you don't have. And you're just like, fuck me, how can there be that many?
Yeah, you're going, what happens if I just jump on this mound of dirt?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just insane how much like shit you can play around with. The other thing is, so when you finish the game, and this isn't a spoiler because it's kind of well known, it doesn't end there. So when you finish the game,
I didn't know that. That's a spoiler
I know,
for me.
I know. I'm sorry, but you're never going to play Mario because you have terrible taste.
No, I'm not. And I'm never going to get a Switch because it's, I don't know, Switch.
Because you don't like cool games like Rocket League and Skyrim.
You'd only get the
Nothing.
Switch if no one else got it, Stu. Let's just face it.
I'd only get a Switch if there was actually
it was-
something to play on it.
No.
Yeah, whatever, VR, man.
Okay, can we nip this in the bud right now, right? Because you say there's nothing to play on it. There's loads of games
Yeah.
to play on it.
There is. You've got Skyrim. I mean,
Rocket-
who doesn't want to play that again? Rocket League.
At the moment on the screen, I threw my hat on a cactus and controlled the cactus. It was very much. No, there's Mario Odyssey, there's Zelda, Mario Kart, there's Splatoon 2,
Yeah,
there's
but whoa.
Whoa.
Mario
There's Golf
Kart's
Story.
on every single goddamn Nintendo bloody console since the dawn
Yeah,
of
but
time.
this Mario
That's
Kart
what
is
people
very
want,
good.
isn't it?
It's very
No,
good.
I know it is, but
this
it's not
Mario Kart
unique,
is
is it?
awesome.
It's the same Mario Kart as every Mario Kart. It's a Mario Kart.
I would argue, Stu, that Mario Kart 8 isn't the same as Mario Kart 64. I would.
No, it isn't. But it is the same. It just looks a bit shinier.
Well, I would also argue that Yakuza 7 is the same as Yakuza 0.3.
Different stories.
Whatever.
Well, you
Mario,
don't know
you
the
different
intricate story of
differences.
Mario Kart. There's plenty
Oh,
to play.
yeah.
There's plenty of.
Prince Mario loves Bowser,
Intricate
but
story
Bowser
of
loves
Mario Kart. Is that what you just said?
There's-
fireballs.
Your
Bowser's
argument,
attracted to fire sexually.
your argument about there's nothing to play on the Switch is absolute bullshit.
Well,
Stu.
nothing to play, right? Let me put it a different way.
Absolute
there's
bollocks. You
no
just don't have a big hard on for
original
Nintendo like I
games.
do.
Original game.
Mario Odyssey.
Right?
What is wrong with you?
Zelda. And what else? Snipper clips.
Yeah.
And what comes after that then?
Golf
That's three
Story.
games.
Golf
Three
Story.
games.
Oh, story. That's right.
Oh.
I don't have it. Right. Fuck you. I'm gonna go get my Switch.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, look, I can see it's a decent piece of hardware. It's just not.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's just not my thing.
What about LA Noir?
LA Noir, exactly. Yeah. Let's get that running on there. I mean, that's a
Fire
great.
Emblem Warriors? Kirby Star Allies? Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus is coming.
Is it bollocks?
Well, according to Forbes magazine, it is.
I'd love to see that run on this. It would be so gimped
Hang
to
on.
make it run.
That's what you said about Skyrim, so why don't you shut
yeah,
up?
but Skyrim's been gimped to make it run.
So what? It's still on it, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it's still on it.
Right. I'm switching it on.
What are you switching on now? What are you doing?
I've got my fucking Switch.
Oh God, here we go.
There we
Full
go.
of shit. Absolutely full of shit.
There we go.
Because you
Why
backed the
is
PS
it
Vita like the PS Vita's
a
got.
series of images.
No, I'm not going to defend the game library for the PS Vita. You know, I'm not going there because there's nothing on that either.
Yeah, but you bought one of them.
I know I did, but I use it for as a second screen most of the time.
Yeah, well, you fucking stupid for that then. Yeah, all right.
Picross S.
Yeah.
This guy.
Let's go on the charts. The charts,
Go.
right? I was going to
Go,
talk about how fucking great Mario Odyssey is, but now you got me in this argument. Okay, here's a game that isn't available anywhere else. Rocket
Okay.
League.
Sonic. You love Sonic, Chinny.
Okay, I'll read that. These are the charts of Rocket League, Skyrim, Mario Odyssey, Stardew Valley, Doom, Sonic Forces, Minecraft, Sonic Mania, Cat Quest, motherfucker, Mario Kart, Uno, LA Noir. All these games you can play on other things.
I know exactly.
Octodad, Overcooked, Snipper Clips. All right. What else? Recent.
Game
releases.
Story. That's a game.
So whoa.
Hang on, I'm not
Octo
done. I'm not
Is
done.
in the top 10, or is
No.
that top 20 now?
Top 20, I think. So you got the Batman games, Rhyme, Ages of the Luftwaffe, Xeno Raid.
Oh, yeah, that's in on everything.
Stardew Valley.
I've been giving that away free about 15
Stardew-
times.
Little, I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is.
I love that the video here is 5 minutes of Minecraft running on the Nintendo Switch. Like it's any fucking different.
Dead
This is-
Syncrosity. Don't know what that is.
What? Steam World Dig 2.
Portal
Sounds
Knights.
amazing.
Stick It to the Man, which has never been out on anything.
No,
Worms. See, you can't play
this
that
is
anywhere
not
else.
going well. This is not going well if you prove
Okay.
it to us that,
Let,
you know, there's original
let
stuff
me put
on
it
there.
to you this way: as somebody that didn't have a Wii U, because I have a brain, right?
Yeah.
I that means I can play Splatoon. I haven't played like Splatoon 2, like because I know the first Splatoon is very similar to Splatoon 2. I never played the new Mario 8. I can't. This is the only console that I can play Zelda on. This is the only console I can play Mario on. So far, I am getting zero buyer's remorse from getting this thing. It is a fucking beast of a thing. It's tiny, and you can take it with you. You can get little moons in between, you know, like cooking your fucking meals and shit.
Dentist appointment.
Exactly.
That'd be good.
It is.
While you're in the dentist chair. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It is an unbelievable piece of kit, and I'm very, very happy with it. And I think if I'd have bought an Xbox One X, I would have had buyer's remorse, because what is there to play on that?
No, I mean you can play all the games on the Xbox, but beyond that, you know, the sort of few
Put it this way. Let me put it this way. Then I'll talk about some Mario some more. Right?
Yeah.
If there was a console that you could only play Yakuza on, which is I
Yeah.
suppose it is PlayStation, isn't it?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
didn't have it, would you get it?
Yes, probably.
fuck you, Mario's awesome. And the other reason why Mario's awesome,
I think I'll be honest, right? I'll be totally honest, and I don't want to sound like a fanboy here or any of that bollocks, but I do think Sony has the best exclusives. If you want an exclusive game, get a PS4.
Well,
If you wanna
obviously
play-
that's true right now.
Yeah, if you want to play other stuff, you know, that's
I think
on Xbox.
Mario.
Get
I think
a PC.
I think Nintendo are getting there.
I think that if you love Nintendo's franchises, then it's obvious that you're going to want to get a Switch. Like my friend at school, Anthony, like he's going to get a Switch because he loves all the Nintendo stuff.
Like,
If he hasn't already.
I think this is the best year Nintendo have had for a long time.
Yeah, but that's only because they've released 2 really good games in the same year. That's the problem.
What's wrong with
So
that?
what else do you want to use as a criteria for a good year?
Well-
You know, the only reason Bethesda is a good developer is because of Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Without those, they'd be shit.
Yeah, they've got Wolfenstein as well as a publisher.
The only reason Rockstar is successful is because of Red Dead and GTA.
Yeah, but that's a good argument, except for the fact, right? Rockstar are just sort of a game developer that gets published onto other consoles.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Nintendo have a Switch console. They had a Wii U. The problem is they just don't release enough stuff soon enough.
but if your crack is good enough, your users are happy buying from you once a month. Is that crack?
It's not going to be once a month. It's going to be once a year if you're lucky.
Yeah, but it's an analogy, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
But people will keep coming back because it's just that good.
I know, but what tends to happen?
They're not
with,
like you. Wait a minute, where is the pigeon fucking
No.
game?
No, what happens though? The problem with Nintendo, they release new console, which is great, but then they don't give it enough support with the exclusives, and then the fan base drops off. That's what's happened with the Wii U. That's probably what might happen with this eventually.
I think
that's what I'm
Nintendo
saying.
have done a
But to
good
be
job.
fair,
They've got not only they've relied on this time they've got like Splatoon, which is a new franchise. Like I know
Yeah,
it's the second one.
I agree.
They got Arms, which is new. Like you haven't played it, you don't know.
Yeah, I've heard it's a bit shit.
What you've heard? Like I've
Well, I can only go off what people say because I haven't played it, have I?
Yeah, but I haven't played Yakuza, where I've heard people that's good, but like it might not be.
I was just gonna say, if you was gonna say shit, then I'm like, no
But,
one
like-
said it's shit.
Like
You go, no.
everybody going around, oh, Yakuza's brilliant. Yakuza's brilliant. It's possible that I would play Yakuza and go, actually, no, it's not for me. So
Yeah,
how do you
it's
know that
true.
you would play Arms and go, actually, it's better than I thought people would
Look,
say it was?
anything that uses motion controls is shit.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
I
it's true.
I didn't want to
You
talk.
name
Stu,
one good
Stu.
motion control game.
Stu, this is not what I wanted to talk about, right? If you hate Nintendo, go fucking crazy, right? I'm happy for you.
yeah, but I would say, I mean, the last thing I'll say is, look, you have a point about the Wii U. I agree with you, and I don't think anybody would argue that. But with the Wii, they did a very good job keeping the stuff coming for it. The 3DS has continued to make them a lot of money, and the
They didn't
DS
keep
its
stuff
various
coming for the Wii.
iterations.
They were terrible with the Wii. It was mainly full of shovelware.
Yes, but they also put out a lot
This
of
is
stuff.
my Mario Odyssey time.
Fine, whatever. I tried. And it's very
Fuck me.
early in the life cycle of the Switch, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
No,
Stu.
we'll see what happens. I think it's a bit of
That's the end of it. Go ahead, Shinny.
Mario's
ahead.
good. That's the end. For fuck's sake, it's brilliant.
We stopped talking for that.
Just
No,
Jesus Christ, man. I've
Mario's
always
great. Like
supported
the thing about it is like, I mean, on screen now is a race where you're a big snowball thing.
it does.
It's ridiculous. The game's just like constantly throwing shit at you, like, and then it just abandons it and just goes, right, that was that.
Well, that's always been Mario games, though, hasn't it?
So
That's what they
happens,
do.
So what happens at the end is like it gives you a new mechanic, let's say, of another Mario character that enters the fray, and then there's these cubes that was in every world. There's these like weird cubes, and your caps.
You have to use them to guide the little green dudes as they get the
No.
memories.
Not quite. Your cap says like when you're playing the game, your cap says, "Oh, that's weird." And when you beat the thing, there's you basically you butt slam the cubes, and they shit a load of more moons all over
Like
the level.
that? Cubes.
And so every time you go back to a world, there's just a shit ton more moons to get. So imagine you play a game, you get loads and loads of moons, and then you go back through every level, and there's even more stuff to do. That's what it's done. And apparently, when you get to 250, which I've got, you unlock a new area, which I've done. And then I think if you get 500 moons, you unlock a new area, and it just keeps throwing shit at you. So, like, the end is not the end. It just has tons and tons of stuff. So
Sorry, Mario. The princess is in a different castle.
Well, the princess, she's the all independent woman in this game. So I want sort of.
Fuck you, Mario. I don't need anybody rescuing me. I'll rescue my damn self.
Pretty much.
Because Chinny established this earlier. You know, she's got a thing going on with Bowser.
I'm not going to spoil the ending of Mario, but like, it's not your usual ending because you know Peach just, hey, all the single ladies, bitch. She don't need no Mario. Yeah, it's awesome, and it's you know I have to play the whole game again and get more moons because I want to find out what happens, what keeps unlocking. You just keep wandering around and you constantly just play it and go, right, there's nothing left for me to do, and then you find something and you go, oh yeah, I haven't been in here, and I don't know how it does it because like, the worlds aren't that big, you know, like they just aren't that massive each one. And then there's something else, and there's something. It's just unbelievable how it keeps doing it.
So I gotta be honest. I mean, that's great. I'm glad you like it. Like, it looks exhausting to me to have to go around, run around exploring things. I don't know.
I suppose.
What you mean, like in a big open world where you know there's stuff going on?
But see, that's the thing. I know in Skyrim what I'm getting. Like, I know if I go exploring, there's going to be a dungeon with, 35 zombies in it.
Essentially, like, that's pretty much... I mean, Mario is like, you wander around, and then you're eventually going to hit a thing where you're like, okay, you got to do this to get a moon, or you got to kill
different. This. It's like, you got to run around in a triangle and collect shit.
Yeah, you just don't like the fact that it changes all the time. You like constants,
yeah.
man. You don't want change.
But like, it's, I mean, there are some points where you're like, this is no fun. Or you get frustrated. Like I was doing one today, and they definitely get harder because I'm on a level now that unlocks after 250 moons, and the challenges got harder because it is a pretty easy game up to when you finish it. Right. So it's not that difficult, Duke. So that's probably how they hook you in. Do you know what I mean? Like for the whole game, you're hooked in because you're like, I'm doing this, I'm nailing it, and the game chucks so many moons at you. There's no way you're not going to get to the end. Do you know what I mean? Like, they give you a moon just for fucking starting it up, right? and you do. And there's literally a fucking toad at the end that gives you a moon for every moon you get, right? Yeah. So you will finish it. And then when you finish it, you're sort of used to the mechanics. You're used to how Mario works, and you're kind of up for a bit of a challenge. So I would argue, Duke, if you did play this, you probably would get hooked into it a little bit.
Maybe I would.
Mario Odyssey is probably one of the greatest games, not only of the year, but probably of its generation, I would say. It's phenomenal. That's it.
You see, I don't know whether you would like this, because he totally hated Zelda, didn't he? You know what I mean?
I haven't played Zelda, so I can't speak for it, but I don't think it's... I don't think this is the same sort of comparison. I don't think it's a fair comparison.
I don't know. It has different stuff happening in Zelda. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know.
But you also don't fight with weapons here, so I wouldn't be expecting that.
No, true.
This is true a bunch of goofy stuff.
I'm skeptical of it. Like, people love Zelda and hate Zelda, and I haven't. I don't know. I've got no massive desire to play it. But I feel
you used to love Zelda games, though, didn't you?
I like Ocarina of Time, and I like Wind Waker, but I haven't got a massive sort of... I don't know. I'm not... Like, Mario, I'm all in. Even though I haven't played all the Mario games, weirdly enough. I haven't played Yoshi's Island. I haven't played Sunshine. I haven't played a lot of the Wii U ones. So, yeah. But this one is just everything that you want it to be. And also the good thing about this Mario is you can kind of tell that it was made by people probably my age. Do you know what I mean? Because they all grew up on the SNES and the 64 version. So there's loads of stuff in this game that's just like... just an absolute love letter from the SNES and the 64 version. And it's probably because they grew up on it like I did. So there's just so many things in it that just like, oh my god, that's from that. Oh my god, that's from the 64 version. Oh my god, that's the eel from the sea level in the 64 version. It's brilliant. It's like it's like a fan made Mario, but it's got all the polish of like Nintendo all over it. It's fantastic.
There you go. Well, I mean, it kept you busy for a while, didn't it, on your extra life?
It's gonna be keeping me busy for probably a few more months.
So how many hours have you put into this then? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know if you can check your hours actually. You probably can. This is me opening my Switch now. I have no idea.
Yeah,
we go.
no idea.
There's probably a way to check it.
Yeah, there probably is. I think is it not? I don't know. Is it on your profile or something?
It just tells you. It does tell you some stuff. Play activity first played 8 days ago. No, I don't want to start it. I don't know. The interface on the Switch isn't that great. I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
See, on other people's profiles, I can see that Chris MJW has played Zelda for. It says Zelda played for 70 hours or more.
Wow.
And then like Thumper played for 2 hours, and then it says some of them he just says played for a little while. So, but it doesn't really give me activity on about me.
Which is kind of funny.
Which is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo nail it in so many ways, but fuck it up in so many others.
I just don't think they've still quite nailed online, really.
No, they're getting there. I feel like they're getting there. I mean, everything else works.
They should be there by now. They've had a lot of time to get this right, haven't they?
I don't know.
Really?
It's just strange. I mean, I would argue that PlayStation haven't nailed it either. But
what's wrong with PlayStation's versions?
Yeah, what's wrong?
It's just fucking shit, innit?
Why? Why?
I was hoping to get a little more specific.
Is that your best justification?
No, my best justification is, I'll tell you what, you change your online name, Stu, and then we'll come back and argue, shall we?
Oh, one thing.
One thing.
It doesn't seem like a very important part of the process.
Hey, Ginny, why don't you transfer your saves from your Switch to like more than one other machine?
Well, why don't you tell me how to connect with you on Switch? Your user number is 7329582331198X.
Hey, why don't you play with your friends on the PlayStation? Oh wait, you ain't got none. Right, I'm done.
Oh, why don't you play on the PC? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the PC online experience, and it's free. What?
Why don't you set your headphones up for Splatoon 2? Why don't you?
Why don't you fuck off? I'm the only person that likes the Switch on this show. Fuck you. It's a great piece of kit.
I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm just not interested.
You just hate Nintendo.
I don't Nintendo.
Sony's the bomb.
Sony's the
That's Stu is Chad Warden now. Chinny is, I don't know, who's a Nintendo fanboy? And I'm a PC Master Race gamer.
PCs
for the Gabe Newell.
Yeah, Duke is
No, because Gabe Newell's cool. I want to be one of his fans who's like, hey, hail Gabe, and there's a Steam sale coming up. Protect your wallet.
There you go. Anyway, talking of things like that. Anyway, Duke. What else?
So I played a little Destiny 2. I don't really have much to say about it, but I have been able to do it because apparently my hand is suitable enough at this point so I can do it. So that's cool because Destiny 2 is so good. I'm really loving it, but I don't have anything new to say about it. So I'll move on. The other game I managed to play a little more is Rocket League with the keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
And the Duchess said the other day I was playing Rocket League, and she goes, well, the one silver lining of this whole thing is gone. You weren't playing so many video games for a while. Now you're back for this, 9-fingered self of mine. And then, go from there. But as it is, I'm playing unranked, and it's fine. Like, the nice thing about unranked, too, is that you have a wide variety of people you're playing against. So while I feel pretty good about my abilities right now, there's a good chance if I went back to competitive, I'd have a much harder time of it because I'm playing against some real noobs right now.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it definitely is a game that's best played with a controller, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, That said, I think that the keyboard controls are really not that bad. And the main thing is figuring out how to master the combinations. In other words, when I land, I have to go off ball cam, locate the nearest boost ball, and then flip toward it and then hit the ball cam button again. So I lock back onto the ball cam. So that's a series of like 5 buttons I have to press very quickly. And
Right.
I'm getting used to it. So I am getting to the point where it's better, but it's not nearly as fluid as I used to be on the controller. So
There you go. Are we back up, Chinny? Are we back up?
I think so.
I think
my
we
talking
are.
fixed it,
Your talking fixed it.
and Chinny's,
Um,
but mostly it was my talking.
any more from you, Chinny? Are we back over to you?
No, nothing from
No.
me.
Any
That's
more?
it.
Any more? And
Nope,
that's it for
all
you.
I've been playing.
Well, we're not doing news this week. We're having a change.
Oh snap!
Oh yeah, because I asked for topics and I got a lot. So
What
we're
you
gonna
been
do some-
topics?
So we'll do some egg.
Anything
We,
for
we,
this?
we can call it egg timer topics like we
Oh
used
snap! It's been a long
to.
time, baby.
Egg time topics.
There you go, egg timer topic. That's an old jingle, isn't it?
Topics. Yeah, there's some people listening now who have never heard that jingle before. You're
Oh,
welcome.
I know. I know. We used to do that regularly, didn't we? But then people
Regularly.
stopped sending us
Every week we
questions
did
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah, we
for a
also used
bit.
to have indie picks, which our theme song still claims we have, which we don't.
Yeah, yeah. We should.
Lioness theme song.
Anyway, you ready?
No.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. These are on the Facebook, so we got some. We'll start with the Facebook questions, and here's the first one from Lynette.
You wanna be my friend.
From Lynette Hammond, and she asks us this. She says, PUBG being nominated for so many awards, but it's not even yet a full release. Is that deserved?
Yes.
No, I don't think. I don't know. I think I kind of agree.
What difference
with her
does
to
it
an
make?
extent.
What is a fucking game these days? Like,
It's not.
okay,
It's not
okay,
finished though,
okay.
is it? It's not
All right,
finished.
okay,
You can't vote
fine.
stuff,
If
can
that's
you? You
your
can't vote.
argument, Destiny. Let's talk about Destiny.
What about
Yeah.
it?
When
Yeah,
it
what about it?
released, when the first one released, is that the same game that was 12 months later?
No, because
Yeah,
that's
but
what
that's-
Blizzard does, is they're constantly adding and changing and updating it. But here's the thing. Look, I don't really have an opinion one way or the other, but we need to make a decision. First of all, if you're going to allow the inclusion of early access games into these Game of the Year evaluations, that's fine. But we need to say, here's the point at which it's eligible.
Yeah. Is it eligible if it's not fully released?
I think it's
Yes, the answer is going to be yes for the sake of this argument. Now, the question is, at what point, which snapshot are we looking at for Game of the Year? You can't just say it can't. When did PUBG initially drop? Chinny, do you know?
It's about March, I think.
Okay, so we can't say that the version from March is the same as the version from December because it's obviously been changed dramatically. But I think as soon as it comes out, that's the one you have to look at.
I just
Ooh,
What
I
the-
tell you
what?
what.
what?
Tell you what, well, controversial there off Duke. He's saying the first iteration is the one that you have to judge it on.
Well, that's fine. It's still fucking class. But I don't know. I just feel like games these days, like people release versions of games, disbase versions of their games, and then they update them 12 months later, 18 months later, and it's a completely different game. And then you got early access games that never come out. Like, who gives a fuck anymore? So, like Duke's played that many hours into Rust. What, you saying that game doesn't exist? Is that just
but
a
was that ever
non-game?
considered as
But
a
it
game of
can't
the
be
year,
Game of
though?
the Year.
It's
If
dumb.
we're going to look at Rust, we had to look at Game of the Year, the question of it when it first came out, and it was not ready for Game of the Year when it first came out.
This year, I have had some of the best gaming moments of my life on PUBG. And it's dumb to say that we can't include it on the Game of the Year because it's not a game.
I'm not
No,
necessarily
I'm
saying
not-
you
no.
can't.
Not saying you can't,
Saying,
but
like-
the official sort of critics and, all these, I don't know, give Game of the Year awards and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's dumb. Like
The
it's
joystick.
it's an
Golden
out of date. I
joystick.
feel like that's an out of date way of looking at things. That's not how you should look at shit in 2017.
That's how you shouldn't look at shit. No, I get what you're saying. It's what you enjoy, isn't it, over
It's
the
just
year?
the way games work now is that because they cost so much money to make, they release it as early as possible, get the money and support it, and then build on it. You know,
And then
that's just
Drag
the
it
way-
out forever and never
drag it
launch.
out, like go on
finish-
holiday with the
out.
money and fuck them.
And you go, whatever, give me your
Yeah.
cash.
Exactly.
Give me that
So games are
cash.
made these days.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
There you go. She did also have a second question.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's hear
This
it.
conversation can serve no purpose
Oh,
anymore.
we're done with that one.
She did have a second
kidding.
part.
Go ahead.
She said also, what are your potential game of the years? And so
We've
what?
talked
What
about
are,
that a bunch.
we have done, but what?
And
What
we're
is
we're
it
too
then?
far away from the end of the year, so
Yeah.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Okay. Next question. Here we go.
just
Hey.
wait. Get to that lady.
It's from Steve Heath. Steve Heath.
Steve.
And he says this: has gaming ever leaked into real life? After playing COD Black Ops, I saw an airplane in the sky and thought, where's my small? Small? Is that right? Small?
What?
I don't know.
SMAW? What is an SMAW? See, I don't
Is
play
that a
Black
sniper
Ops.
rifle?
No, I don't think so.
I'm guessing it's a
Anyway,
Black Ops thing.
it's a gun. Go on.
Oh, maybe it is a big. Is it a big gun? I don't know.
Probably.
Probably.
So anyway, the question is,
Oh, it's a rocket. It's a rocket launcher thing.
There you go.
Yeah, that
Has
makes sense.
has a video game ever leaked into your real life?
Let me just say this. Don't go driving after you've played Rocket League for 30 hours straight.
Why? What happened? What happened? I'm sure there's a story behind this. What happened?
There isn't really a story there, but it's just that sometimes after playing a bunch of racing games, it's hard to drive a car for real and realize, oh, wait, I need to go slowly. I can't go on the sidewalks. I need to respect
I can't go
stoplights.
through red lights.
You can't
Yeah,
double
exactly.
jump.
Right. Wait, you can double jump in Rocket League?
I can't flip.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is happening? I've had this a little bit. And that was when I played tons and tons and tons of the original Crackdown. And when I used to go into a town or a city or whatever, I used to look at the buildings and imagine how I could climb up it.
Yeah.
And I used to do that a lot. And think, oh yeah, I could jump on that windowsill and then go from that to that ledge. And do you know what I mean? And I used to look at which route I would take up the building if I could really do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the closest I've ever come to sort of,
Stu, you can. Just try it.
I know, maybe I
Give it a
should.
shot.
Like the human
Corzan in the
spider.
chat said, I saw a Ferrari parked up at my local store after playing GTA. I was thinking I should boost this.
Yeah, I think you should have definitely done it.
Gears of War was one for me because I was chainsawing this guy in half, and I was like, "This is exactly like Gears of War." And I was like, just no. I've told this story before. I was driving and these kids had, you know, those like Heelys wheels with in their shoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was playing so much Gears of War at the time, and when somebody lags in Gears of War, they float, right? So like
That's
I saw
true.
these kids on these Heelys floating across, and I went, "Oh look, they're lagging straight away." And then
They're lagging.
and then I went,
They're glitching. Look at them
like
glitching.
just for like a half a second, not for like 10 seconds. I didn't sit go,
No,
they're lagging.
Oh,
How dare
dude,
they?
you're up the box and those guys are glitching.
Host advantage. No, I just like a split second in my brain just went, oh, they're like, oh no, this is real life. Sorry. Just like this weird. And then at that moment, I think I just went, yeah, I need to nip this in the bud. Sometimes I have dreams about video games. I had a dream about, because I loved Arkham Knight.
What did you dream about the night after Extra Life? Can you remember?
No, I don't actually. No, not really. But I was, you know, when Arkham Knight came out, I was obsessed with it, and I loved it. And I had like this kind of like, I wouldn't call it a nightmare, but it was Batman's like quite a scary sort of figure in my dream, and he was like stalking me and stuff. But it didn't really like scare me or anything because I'm an adult and normal. But I remember having a dream where like Batman was kind of like hanging around and stalking me and stuff, and that was weird. And it didn't freak me out. I just woke up and went, that was weird, and then carried on my day because dreams are dumb.
Dreams are dumb.
People go, what does it mean? What does the dream mean? I was dreaming that I won the lottery. And then, you know what that means? It means that you want to win the lottery. That's all that means. And you think about it a lot.
Conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Fuck this show.
Fuck it. Yeah, next one is off Antonio Phillips, of course, friend of the show, was on last week, co-hosting all that malarkey.
Mm-hmm.
And he says this, a little something for Duke.
Oh, snap.
Being a PC-only gamer now,
I am now. Yeah.
is there anything you miss from playing on a console?
That's a good question.
The one thing is, like, I think I was a little more relaxed when I played games, when I could sit in my chair and have some distance between myself and the screen. I know it's not super healthy to be this close to the screen all the time when I'm playing games. So there's that. I think that, and I think it was easier for me to say, okay, I'm going to stop playing games and do work now, because when I'm at my computer playing, what's up, Duchess? When I'm at my computer playing or doing work, playing Paper Grading Simulator, there's, Steam is right there staring at me. It's always like, hey,
Duke,
here I
Duke, you should play me. Duke.
So there's that. But on the other hand, it's so much. If I needed to look something up, like how many chapters are in this game or whatever, it was, I had to get up. I had to go in the other room. This is
fancy having to do that, man.
No.
Fancy having to move. Why the hell do you want to move?
It's just Alt-Tab, look it up, go back. I'm done. So I think there's so many more positives than there are negatives.
I think the price is the positive, though, isn't it?
The price is one of the positives because the games are cheap, but it's also the variety. I mean, I feel like I have so much more access to games now, which is the whole reason I did it in the first place. I just wanted to get into some of those games you couldn't get on the console, and I've got them.
Yeah, what, like Rocket League, Fallout 4,
Stellaris is a really
Skyrim.
Stellaris is a really good
example. I'm joking.
I know. But it's also like it's easier to try new things. The cost does make it the barrier to entry is lower, and I really like that too. Now, can I rent games? No, and that's frustrating because the AAA games I don't really buy as many as I used to. I think, of course, because I have other options. But whatever.
And you have to pay.
And you have to pay.
Is a thing.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
That's the best button ever because I can just click it when I'm done talking about something I'm bored.
You can. Can I just say though, before we do move on to the next question?
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Oh, man.
Although I still obviously have a console, I've not had an Xbox for a long time.
And what do you miss?
I miss the community stuff because, like Ginny said earlier, I don't think the PS4 has got that same sort of community thing going on, and it's not as prevalent somehow. But when I used to have the Xbox, as soon as you came online, you either got a game invite or someone would send you a chat invite, or there was always something happening. Someone was either chatting to you or they would invite you to a group. And I've never had any of that on the PS4 or PC for that matter.
Well, that's because you don't play PUBG.
People just don't like me. I have no friends.
Stu, get Discord and hang out in the G4TE Discord. If anybody's listening to this, want some of that, go to the G4TE Discord. There's usually somebody hanging out.
Like DB Overseas Connection Discord.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Just Discord. Be fine. But yeah, I do miss that. And I think I miss the ease of that as well because you turn on the console, it takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds to boot up, job done. You have to fanny around with your PC, wait for it all to boot up, and then you've got to like click into Steam or whatever it is you're going to click into. And do you know what I mean? It's just more onerous in that respect, I think, from a sort of community standpoint. I do think the Xbox had it nailed for sort of interacting with other players.
Yeah, I agree. It did a very good job with what it had.
Yeah. Anything to add from you, Ginny?
Video games are stupid.
Stupid. Right, next question. This one's from Colin Smith. And he says, Donald Trump, any opinions? Does anyone have an opinion?
Worst president ever?
Duke's not really an opinionated guy when it comes to politics.
But I'll break my barrier on sharing opinions about politics by saying Donald Trump's the worst president ever. And he's got some nerve going after Al Franken for his, which, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to minimize Al Franken's actions. It was a horrible thing he did. But when you've been accused of like sexual assault by 16 women, and then you're going to talk about Al Franken. No, just shut up. And talking about I should have left these basketball players in jail. What a turd. God damn it.
This conversation can serve no purpose.
I just can't keep up with shit. I don't know how you keep up with.
That's how we all feel. It's because every day the president of the United States doing something else stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like he's just playing it, pretending to be the president.
Of course it is. That's what it's always been. Somebody had a great idea. They said we should make a mock-up of the White House. Tell him he's on TV every day to, and he can pretend like he's president. He won't be bothered.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what happens.
Got the power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, we've got some on the Twitters.
Ooh.
Twitters. We don't really have a jingle for that.
Yeah, we do.
Saw a pretty girl just the other day. She winked and she smiled, walked across my way. I couldn't figure out just what to say, so I twittered it. Twittered it.
And the first one is from James Hill. And he says this, love the show. We like him already.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we do. We like him already. How about you talk about guessing what everyone is drinking? I'm currently having a Pepsi Max. There you go.
Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max.
All right. I'm going to guess that Stu is drinking a cup of tea.
No.
Oh, man. I got it wrong. Dang it.
I don't drink any hot beverages.
No,
Ever?
you don't. No.
I don't drink tea and I don't drink
I didn't
coffee.
think you were allowed to stay in that country if you didn't drink tea.
Yeah, we're deporting him soon.
They are, yeah, they are. No, I'm drinking blackcurrant cordial. That's what I'm drinking.
Oh, a little beverage with the alcohol in it, huh?
No, blackcurrant, man. Blackcurrant.
Yeah, but you said cordial. I thought cordial was a...
No, cordial.
What's
juice.
the difference?
Well, cordial is concentrated juice, and then you just add water. I don't know what you call that in the States.
Okay.
So
well,
it's like...
also another term for a liqueur.
What? A liquor?
Get up on the dictionary. It's another term for liqueur. I
I'm
guess
sure-
that's just North American.
Why do you
whereas-
say liquor like you're a rapper?
I know, liqueur.
No, because liqueur is different from liquor.
So what's liqueur?
One is with an E and one is with an O.
I like the way
what
you do that
actually is it, though?
liquor.
What is it? What
It's
actually
a
is it?
liqueur is a... It's a like a...
Oh, you mean like a liqueur? That's what you
Yes.
say.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
A liqueur. I'm like, what the hell's a liqueur?
You
Well,
really
the
do.
French would say liqueur.
That's what he sounds
not
I
say
like.
like the way you do
liqueur.
the liquor.
I like a liqueur.
How would you say it?
Liqueur.
Liqueur.
Liqueur. That's not how the French would say it.
No, they go liquor.
What do the French know?
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
are-
I know, right?
Who cares about them, man?
I know.
But anyway, I now see that under the British explanation, it's a comforting or pleasant tasting medicine. Or, sorry, that's the second definition. The first is a sweet fruit flavored drink.
There you go.
I've
That's-
learned something now about y'all's stupid language.
So have we liquor.
I like the way you do that liquor. It's funny. Makes him laugh.
It does. It makes me laugh. Liquor. Yeah. So anyway, we need to guess what Chinny's drinking now, don't we? What's
Oh, this
Chinny?
game's great.
It is. I like this game. I think Chinny's drinking.
He's drinking some Mountain Dew to the extreme.
No, I think he's drinking a cup of tea.
Chitty?
I'm going.
When do I'm unaware of the rules. When do I reveal the
One
big
vote is
secret?
Mountain Dew and one vote is tea. What's the truth?
I'm drinking liquor.
What are you actually drinking? What have you got there? What have you got there? Chinny?
Liquor.
Oh yeah.
Blackcurrant liquor.
Liquor.
I like the way you do that liquor.
Liquor.
I always drink cordial because I don't know. I can't be bothered with. I don't do fizzy drinks anymore. I think I'm done with fizzy drinks.
Done.
Yeah, I'll have it now and again, like whatever a thing or whatever.
As a
but-
treat. As a
yeah.
treat.
But
Do you know what the best fizzy drink ever is?
Well, no. What? Rephrase that, please, Stu. What do you think the best fizzy drink is?
The
Fizzy
best-
lifting drink.
No, the best fizzy drink ever is Coca-Cola in a glass bottle chilled.
No.
It is.
No, it's not. It's not as good as Harito soda from a glass bottle cold.
What the hell's that?
See? It's from Mexico. It's awesome. Anybody
It
out
does
there know
sound
Jarritos? Holla at your boy.
What does that taste of then?
Piss.
Well, they've got a lot of different flavors. They've got pineapple. They've got mango. They've got strawberry. They've got orange. They've got tamarind. They got a bunch of different flavors. It's awesome, and it's all good.
I don't know whether that beats
But
Coke
that
in a glass
pipe,
bottle.
suck on it.
Not too convinced.
He's
to be
not
honest.
All right, do me.
Yeah, let's do Duke. Do Duke.
I think Duke is drinking acetone.
No, that's not true. I think Duke is drinking some sort of fruit tea.
I think I think he's drinking some sort of like hipster
Yeah, hipster thing.
This was made from the tears of
Donkey's gonad juice.
grandfather clocks.
No, I'm drinking the most boring thing you can possibly drink.
Water. He's drinking water.
Yay, water! Woo! These two guys go into a bar, and one of them says, "I'll have some H2O," and the second guy goes, "Ooh, that sounds good. I'll have some H2O too," and the second guy dies.
Oh, I see.
H2O is a poisonous substance.
I see.
Oh God, that's like a
Anyway,
scientist
moving on.
joke.
Yeah,
Scientist
that's
joke.
fun. We had a good time with that
This
conversation.
conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
I can't believe how much we spoke about beverages. Though.
I don't know.
Nope.
It's almost
It's
like
great.
we got nothing to say.
I know, yeah. Anyway, next topic of conversation is off Hardly Dan, and he says this: anal seepage.
What about it?
That's the topic of
chips.
conversation.
I heard a story about anal seepage. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I guess we're going to.
Nothing.
Learn
Before
something
we had
about
your-
one. Here goes.
Before we had your can't get rid of your turd down the toilet story.
No,
so
it's
why...
not me. It's not me. It's a thing. I was listening to a podcast called Criminal, which is very. I was listening to a podcast called Criminal. It's a very good podcast about crimes and stuff. And it's about these two people that discover they analysed like the content of your stomach and stuff. And the way they caught one criminal was that he had Crohn's disease, and one of the problems with Crohn's disease is if you get excited, you shit yourself, right?
That's true.
And he stole the money out of the donation box at this church, right? So when he did that, he got excited or nervous or whatever, and shat himself, and he left a trail of shit out the church.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Follow the shit trail.
So like they found this shit trail, but obviously like what do you do? So then they found by complete coincidence. It's like I think it might have been like the next week or something. Some jeans that somebody had shat themselves in and put in a dumpster, or it might have been at his house or something, and they suspected him, and they had to match the turds, and that's how they found him. So all because of his anal seepage. That's my anal seepage.
And now for a classic sketch from Mad TV.
Exactly.
This is going to be a bad one. Boy, is he in for a surprise. If your family is anything like mine, they like eating snacks made with new fat-free fat substitutes. But they can cause anal leakage, and that can be a problem. Well, flush those problems right down the toilet, because now there's Cholestra, the new fat substitute with 10% less anal leakage. That's right, 10% less anal leakage. Just think of the convenience that 10% less anal leakage brings.
It's pretty good.
The rest of the sketch, which goes on for another 2 minutes and 20 seconds, is variations on that same exact phrase. That's a lot less
brilliant.
anal leakage.
That's good.
Yeah.
Next one's off Multi-Platform Man, and he says this. Talk about loot boxes and why is everyone moaning about them?
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
It's funny. I talked to a friend of mine at brunch today, and we were talking about he's playing Battlefield 2, and I was like, he was going on and on about it and explaining the concept of the loot boxes, and my wife and his wife could not have been more bored, so I was just like, dude.
You mean Battlefront 2? Did you say Battlefield then?
Battlefront, right? Thank you.
Yeah, Battlefront.
Anyway, I wanted to know, is the conquest mode like rush mode like it was last time, where you always knew where the enemy was coming from and they knew where you were coming from, because I think that's boring as shit. But he couldn't remember. He was like, I don't know, I think you can't farm enemies. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just want to know if I can sneak around and take one of their control points in the back of the map. So I still don't know. Somebody out there, if you've been playing the new Star Wars game, let me know if you can sneak around and snatch up a control point like you could in the originals, or if it's rush style and you have to just focus on the control point that's in dispute.
To answer this question that Colm's asked, I mean, are you, Stu, I'm going to ask you, are you worried that your love, your favourite kind of games, the single-player story-based games, are going to go to the wayside because of the whole loot crate nonsense?
I don't know. I think a lot of it depends on how greedy the developers and sort of publishers are going to get. Because obviously, you can't really put loot crates into single-player games, and that's a worry for me, because it does feel like that's all they want to do now, is how can we get more cash out of these games? What are we going to do that? And what we're going to do is make them more multiplayer centric and also stick all these loot boxes in to get more cash off people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It is a worry. It is a worry. But I think, especially from indie developers, I think all the indie story-driven games will always be there. But I think from a AAA, point of view, that could change over time. And this could be a reason for it changing.
My opinion is that when there's a gap in the market, there's always someone who fills it. So, and when you look at some of the best games this year, it's all going to be single player based games. So I think that's going to say something to the industry. I mean, and then it comes down to, what do people care? What do developers and publishers care most about? Do they care most about making a ton of money, or do they care most about making a great game? And for most of them, it's going to be making money. Whereas some of them, it's going to be
that's the problem,
making a great game. Yeah, but some of them, it's not all about
there's already even talk about the amount of stuff that's going to be in Red Dead 2 and the amount of microtransactions, and God knows what they're going to.
They can afford to spend a load of money and resources on a great single player, but also have a great multiplayer. There's not many developers that can do that. It feels like, especially with Battlefront 2, it feels like they made a single player campaign to sort of sell the multiplayer. Like in throughout the single campaign, as far as I know, it sort of gives you little sort of teases of all these characters like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker that kind of give you a preview of what they would play like. So when you want to play them in the multiplayer, whereas Rockstar, they don't really care so much about that. They know that they're gonna get an audience no matter what they do. So I feel like they can afford to spend a bunch of money on making a great single-player game, because that's what gives them their credibility, but also provide a multiplayer game that makes them a lot of money. So I feel like they're such an anomaly in this fight. But for your publishers like EA, they're gonna squeeze every penny out of every sort of shit. So you're just not gonna get AAA story-based games from big publishers, but you will get the odd.
But then, that being said, I mean, obviously Wolfenstein 2's come out this year, and that's from Bethesda, who aren't quite up there with the EAs of this world, but they are what you consider a fairly big publisher now.
You got to bear in mind though that this still is going to come into effect. So in about a year or two, this is when they'll probably start still coming out. So I don't know. I just and I think Bethesda are one of those publishers that care less about making lots and lots of money and do because they've got Skyrim, they've got Fallout, what makes them a lot of money, so they can sort of, I'm sure Wolfenstein makes them money. It probably doesn't make them as much money as a Loot Crate game would, but it makes them money. So maybe they look at it differently to EA, whereas EA look at it as, we've got this contract with Star Wars and we need to make X amount of profit on each game we each dollar we sort of invest in. Whereas Bethesda's game is, we got the big hitters like Fallout and the Oblivions, and then any sort of games in between. If they make a profit, if they make a few million, if they make then we're good. They've made a profit, they've paid for themselves, and we've got brand loyalty. So I feel like they're fighting different fights. I just feel like Activision and EA and possibly Ubisoft and stuff like that, and Warner Brothers especially are a nightmare for it, where they're just not going to do it as much. I know Assassin's Creed Origins came out, but I feel like those are the ones where you're in danger of losing your single-player game.
I think what's interesting though this week, you're definitely right in what you're saying, but I think there are still, especially developers out there who don't agree with this stuff either. With all the loot crate stuff.
Yeah, but they're not. Who's paying their bills?
That's true, but just as an example, CD Projekt Red came out this week, on the back of all the controversy especially with Battlefront 2, more than any other game so far this year, and said, "Worry not, when thinking Cyberpunk 2077, think nothing less than The Witcher 3, huge single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG.
70-hour cutscenes.
No hidden catch, you get what you pay for. No bullshit, just honest gaming like the Wild Hunt."
Let's be honest. There's some bullshit in The Witcher 3.
There's no loot crates or any of that.
I know, I'm just goofing. But here's some good news.
Just a minute.
Shut up. If you're listening live to our podcast, guess what? Everybody in the chat room has just won a loot crate.
Yay!
And the keys to unlock them, they have some really cool things in those crates. The keys to unlock them are only 20 quid each.
Mm-hmm.
So
20 quid?
Who wants to be the first to open their loot crate?
Exactly.
Have a eraser or a paper clip or a bookmark or an old glove.
But they finished their tweet with, "We'll leave greed to others."
Yeah.
They can say that, right? Because where are they based?
Poland.
Exactly.
Yeah, everyone knows Poland's rolling in the dough.
No, it's because
they're rolling in the dough. I would imagine they do all right.
No, but it's like in Poland, right? The cost of making a game is less than it is to make it in America.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So they can do it. It's all about how much.
They also had a massive success with The Witcher 3, and they know that they don't want to futz with the formula that's worked for them so far.
I know a product designer.
Especially because they don't have to. Sorry, they don't have to pay any royalties to the guy who wrote The Witcher because they screwed him out of his contract.
I know a product designer and a graphic designer who work from Poland for English companies, and they make 4 times as much as they would if they did work in Poland because.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's the labour's cheaper there. Right, and they can afford to make a game like that. They're like kind of making games on like the sort of PS2, PS1 era when they didn't cost as much. Whereas in America and Japan, like these games cost a fucking ton of money to make. So I think they get away with it. A, because they've got a fantastic success and a loyal fan base, and B, because they're cheaper to make. That's it.
Yeah, I think the sort of the likes of PUBG irk me more for some weird reason.
Why? What's wrong with PUBG?
Because I feel like they have sold millions of copies of that game. They don't really need the extra cash, but they do it anyway.
I think but there's a difference, I
think that's what frustrates me.
The difference I think is, and Overwatch sell crates, but it's all cosmetic. Everything's cosmetic, and
that's right.
And in Battlefront, the big sort of ugly thing about it is that in Battlefront you can see who killed you, or when Darth Vader kills you, Darth Vader killed you, and they've paid for that. So. Right.
Or they spent 70,000 hours grinding.
Well, apparently it's only about 46 or something to get Darth Vader, but
still 46.
I know
hours.
It's 46 hours. It's
a
lot.
Crazy.
So in PUBG, right? If I see somebody with the yellow tracksuit on, I don't immediately.
Oh, that's sick. I want that.
I don't immediately think, "Fuck, I'm gonna buy that." Right? What I think is that shit is dumb. I hope I kill him and steal it off him, right? And that's all you think. You don't think of anything else. So, but in Overwatch it's the same. I suppose in Overwatch, you might look at somebody else's their costume or whatever and think, oh, that's a cool costume. And
or what they spray painted on the wall, dude.
And am
I right, Antonio? Am I right?
But the great thing about Overwatch and the great thing about PUBG is that I can spend just as much as somebody else that's bought a ton of crates, and we have the same amount of. It's fair. It's fair game, right?
So it's obnoxious when it's cosmetic, but it's much more obnoxious when it's pay to win.
It feels very aggressive when it's hero upgrades and weapon upgrades, where it's cosmetic.
Okay, speaking of PUBG, where the hell is Fraser getting off playing Lost Planet 3?
Oh my god!
What are you doing, dude?
What's the matter with him?
Sorry,
He
I cut
always
you
used to.
off.
He always like in the early days of PUBG. He always give me shit if I was playing something he didn't agree with. He'd be like, "Right, well, now he's playing that. He's got to have a good excuse."
That's got to be on his dirty 30, surely.
Maybe. Or just, like sometimes he blames it on his.
Why is it
kids.
on there though?
Yeah, that's true. He'd be like, "Oh
Yeah.
God, I can't believe you played bloody Hellboy, Chin. What's that about?"
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we have got more.
Thanks to Colm who sent that in, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
there you
Cole. Appreciate it.
This conversation can serve no purpose
Should
anymore.
have done that earlier, but whatever.
Yeah, Jason Gallagher.
It's been a while since I heard from him. What up, Jason?
It says these are the topics he's given us.
How
Console
many topics?
wars. I
We
know,
wanted
you know
to
what
look
he's
for the
like.
first-
I don't know where some of these are coming from.
You're
Console
doing
wars,
special. Oh wait, yes you
DIY flooring,
are.
audio disruptions.
What?
I don't know.
Is that like if you're trying to talk and then somebody comes along and plays something that's really hard? Like that?
Maybe that's what he means.
Those are awesome. I love audio disruptions.
Console wars. Do you think they're still really a thing?
We just had a
That's-
massive argument about PlayStation
Yeah,
and
we did.
Nintendo.
Let's get done.
Yeah, but
Fight.
that wasn't really console wars, was it?
Well, it was for me, motherfucker.
I was going to say I wasn't really. I was just saying I wasn't interested, man. I don't think that's quite the same, is it?
Yeah, but it's wars. I suppose when you get older, like I know for a fact that I'm a little bit more loyal to Xbox than I am PlayStation, but I don't care because I'm a fucking normal adult and who gives a shit, right? Whereas when you're, like 10 to fucking 21, I feel like you're in that argument. A, because usually you just don't only end up buying one console because of money, and B, because you're an idiot when you're that age. That's a fact. But like when I was younger though, it wasn't. The first time I heard the term fanboy was when I started listening to podcasts. When I was a kid, like I used to be like, I've got a Nintendo, so then I pick my friends on who has a Sega, and I wanted to play everything. I didn't really care like what console it was. Like in a weird way, I always saw sort of Sega or PlayStation as these kind of weird mysteries of like cool, sexy mysteries that I never played because I never had them. And I
See, I
always
gotta be
thought they
honest,
were cool.
I think that's unusual because when I was growing up, it was Atari versus Intellivision.
Yeah, it was.
And we had a television, so we were like, yeah, well, our graphics are way better, and they were like slightly better. And meanwhile, Atari had all the games. So a notion of brand loyalty is as old as the hills. People used to argue about Ford versus Chevy in this country.
And what is it now? It's Apple versus
Apple
Samsung.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And it's Republican versus Democrat.
And
So a tribe to
and
belong to.
the same rule as phones, as it is games consoles, as it is fucking governments, or I don't know, political parties. They're all fucking stupid.
They are stupid.
Yeah,
They're all flawed. Is what I would say. In all seriousness, like they've all got
right.
their flaws.
And no matter what you love, you should be able to recognize the good things about the things you don't like and the bad things about the things you do like, and that's the end of it.
What we could
There you
do, Stu and Duke,
Yeah.
is
Well, what are we
why
going to do?
don't
What are we going to do?
Go around the room, right?
Yeah.
Look, Stu,
Sure,
why don't
yeah.
you say something bad about a game that you love?
Something bad about a game that I love.
Mm-hmm.
That's a challenge.
Say something bad about Yakuza Kiwami. Or Yakuza 0, because you like that one.
Oh no, I can't
Say something bad
Zero,
about it.
man.
Go on.
You're gonna make me. You're gonna force me to do
Say
this.
something bad about it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of
Say
something
something
bad about it.
it.
I don't know. I don't know. I love that game. I'm gonna say something bad. Sometimes it's a bit of a chore walking from one side of the city to the other. I don't know. Even though you can get a taxi.
It's a bit laborious walking from one city to the other. That's there you go.
No. I've got a better one.
Go on.
I've got a better one. I goddamn hate random encounters in Yakuza. Actually,
there
I
you go.
do dislike them a lot.
See,
There
that's
you go.
healthy.
There's intellectual honesty for you people.
There you go.
Duke, say something bad about Skyrim.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say Rocket League, and I had one all ready to go.
Nope.
The community is toxic as shit.
No.
Something bad about Skyrim. The quests are pretty samey. It's like go here, get this thing, bring it back. The end.
Yeah. I would agree. And then give me one.
Yeah, something bad about Mario Galaxy, of course.
There you go.
Well, I never played much of Mario Galaxy, so.
Mario Odyssey.
Oh, Odyssey.
I don't know. You knew what I meant.
Well,
see, I don't even know what it's called.
Obviously, there's nothing bad about Mario Odyssey, so it's fine.
There you go. Suck it, everybody.
No, I would say something bad about Mario Odyssey. I don't like the fact that you can buy moons in the shop just because you can't be asked to get them. I feel like
microtransactions even in that.
No. Well, yeah, but you don't.
But it's not
real
money, is it?
It's not real money. It's just like.
Oh,
coins
that's all right. I don't know.
But like it's there because, and when you complete the game, you can buy packs of moons, like 10.
It was meant to be real money, but Nintendo couldn't figure out how to implement it.
but yeah, it's there because, like, you know, if you just get bored and frustrated and you just want to buy your way to the top. But I just think it shouldn't really exist. I feel like.
Well, how do you get the money to buy them with?
It's just coins in the levels, and they're everywhere, and they respawn. So you're collecting
those anyway.
Yeah, you collect it. I mean, I've got like 2,000. You lose like 20 coins when you die and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's just I just thought it was cheap.
Well, there you go.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
I think that's it. Apart from Corzan said, "Can you read my?"
Corzan sent one. Go ahead, read Corzan.
I don't know where that is.
Where is it, Corzan?
Is it
while we're waiting to hear from him about where it is, here's some more of that Mad TV sketch.
Hey, you. Whew, I just had 10% less anal leakage.
That's because I switched to new Cholestra with 10% less anal leakage.
10% less anal leakage? Wow, that's a lot less anal leakage.
Yeah.
And
hurry up, and we're obviously desperate for something to talk about.
It does say he's put. What about the reports of all the hackers playing it and so say ruining it for everyone? I don't know what
he's talking about PUBG.
Is that PUBG?
He's talking about. Have you ever? I think I saw the question earlier. It's like, have you ever encountered hackers on PUBG?
Right.
So let me just explain what they do. So usually it's an aimbot hack, and a. It's a different question than he's asked, actually.
Oh yeah, it is that. Sorry, that is me.
I'll answer that anyway.
But it was kind of tied in. It was kind of tied in.
I'll answer that anyway. But I've come across hackers once, and basically they can shoot you from afar, give you a headshot. They just like absolutely headshot you from nowhere, and they can run really really fast. And it's happened once, and it's really shit. But I haven't played as many as most people, but I've played over 100 hours of PUBG, and it's only happened once, but it is really annoying. So yeah, I wouldn't call it a reason not to play. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very rare I come across it.
Yeah. No, his real question was kind of a tie into the loot box thing. Because it was how about DICE and EA's decision to suspend microtransactions for the time being in Battlefront 2, which is what they've done. But I don't think they're cancelled. I think they're just tweaking.
Yeah, well, like this kind of stuff, like people get all hot and bothered about it, and then in like 2 weeks, no one cares. So they're just doing it just to keep sort of same face, and I feel like like you say, Stu, they're just tweaking and letting it sort of blow over a little bit.
And then it'll be re-implemented and the job will be done.
And then it'll just be put in and be like, I'd be slightly cheaper and people won't complain. It's like, yeah, we won. But they didn't because they're still making millions of pounds. So
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that this is... I do feel it's very sad that this is what gaming has come to is...
I feel like it's sad that that's what Battlefronts came to. Because
yeah,
it was such an exciting... It was such an exciting franchise, you know. And Duke was a massive Battlefront fan, and you know he couldn't give two shits about this. So
they fucked up the conquest mode.
Yeah, well they fucked it all up. Yeah, it's just a shame. They were sitting on a golden egg and.
But this isn't. I mean, we're talking about this as though it's a new thing, but I can't remember which version was it. Modern Warfare 2. Where they implemented a thing where you could buy guns from the shop.
No, the first instance I remember that was Bad Company 2.
Was it Bad Company 2? Oh,
Yeah.
it was Bad Company 2, wasn't it? That's right.
And there was a big boycott of it and everything. And
yeah. Oh,
and-
surprise, surprise! It was EA and DICE. Who knew?
Yeah, there's a big boycott, and then I think they did lower the price, and then everybody thought they'd won, and it would go away, and then it's still here. So
Yeah.
it's all about keeping the players playing. That's what it's all about.
It was Battlefront 2, wasn't it? Yeah. God.
Bad Company 2.
Bad Company 2. Sorry.
Stop saying things.
And it is also in Battlefront 2. But yeah, I mean, and that's many years ago that they did that. So it's something they've been experimenting with for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Right. We have got one email, so we'll do that, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
Actually, Stu, you forgot to talk about one of the questions that's in the chat.
Oh, that's only just been added, hasn't it? There's one been added, but I'm just thinking time.
Go ahead, just read it out real quick.
Okay, then. Does anyone else get irritated by singers who audibly breathe in before each line they sing?
I just want an excuse to play that.
That's the kind of thing that you don't notice until you listen for it, and then when you listen for it, you can't stop hearing it.
The person
on the guitar string.
The person I always remember doing was Gareth Gates, but I think that was because of his stutter thing.
That's mean. You're being mean.
I am mean. I don't know. I do notice it when people do it. It is a bit weird. It's a bit weird when people do that. Well, I don't know. Right. Anyway, email. We have got an email. Email. And it's from Derek's Hands.
Yay, Derek's Hands.
Who last time we heard him was a little bit, well, in the chat.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
he was pissed, wasn't he?
He was a little bit drunk.
Proper wrecked.
And he says this: another lost weekend.
Oh dear.
Hey, veteran gamers.
Hello.
Congratulations to Chinny.
Thank you.
In fact, I should read it in the style of Derek Signs, shouldn't I? Here we go. Congratulations to Chinny on his Extra Life Gaming Marathon last week. I stayed tuned in to the live stream for much of Saturday and only quit late Saturday evening. It's a little worse for the effects of alcohol or some shit I've been drinking. Usually, I'm totally sober when I listen to Veteran Gamers, but Sunday, I'm not drinking, but Saturday, I'm pissed. But Chinny's Extra Life Extravaganza and Veteran Gamers Super Saturday show just so happen to coincide with my weekly alcohol binging session when I get pissed. I started early evening on bottles of Desperados, which is like tequila and shit in lager and stuff. And then I moved on to vodka. When Stu joined the live stream, I started drinking vodka. Even a teetotaler like Chinny could understand why I'd moved to a stronger alcohol, having to listen to Stu's voice. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'd always hoped to be corrected by Duke on my English grammar, so was delighted to hear him correct the end of my speak part message. Hopefully his mangled thumb is making a rapid recovery.
Yes, it is.
I only asked in the chat about your favourite Leonardo DiCaprio movie because I just watched Shutter Island for the first time. My favourite movie of DiCaprio's is Inception. We never even mentioned that, do we? None of us mentioned Inception.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. I agree with him. I mean, having thought about it, that's up there, I guess. Anyway, he carries on. And speaking of Inception, I'm currently watching all 6 series of TV Comedy Gold. Third Rock from the Sun. Starring a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt as alien human character Tommy Solomon. He was a great performance throughout the series, I'd like to see him take on some other comedic movie roles, I think. Do veteran gamers ever binge on Drink Like Me or watching older TV shows? Or do you have enough trouble keeping up with current offerings? Yours, Stone Cold Sober, Zarek.
No, I have, we do brunch on Sunday mornings, and I have a Bloody Mary with a beer chaser, and it's the only time I ever drink beer because I don't really like beer. But no, that's pretty much it.
Do you ever binge on programs?
Oh,
yeah, I think his main question was, do you binge on TV shows? Older ones.
We watch Stranger Things and
Stranger Things.
But that's a week isn't really binging, right?
No, he means older TV shows. Or do you watch anything older and binge on it?
Oh yeah, 30 Rock. I'm hardcore all about the binging the 30 Rock, and I'm going through another watch through of The Wire right now. God, that show is good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. The good choices there. Good choices there. Obviously, we binged Breaking Bad recently and watched it with Millie again, which was just great. I'm gonna say, and I'd watch it again. It's so good watching it a second time.
Yeah.
Such a great TV show. The other one for me that we watch quite regularly is Gavin and Stacey, and we must have watched that series probably 4 times now.
I've never. I hate James Corden.
I know you do, but he's so good.
He dies in a fire. I just don't like him at all.
You don't, do you?
No, he really winds me up.
You hate him, but honestly,
he's getting away with it, Stu. He knows he's not funny, and he's getting away with it.
He's got a nice heart, though.
I don't give a fuck about him.
He's got a heart, man. He's got a heart. It's good. It's a good show.
Shit.
No one gives a shit. Yeah. So that's probably a couple of programs I've binged a couple of times, I guess. Yeah, Chini, what about you?
I usually binge comedy programs like Peep Show, Alan Partridge, Red Dwarf, Bottom.
Peep Show. First 2 series of Peep Show were brilliant.
They're all good.
Yeah, it went off a little bit.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
They're all good. You're insane.
This went off a little bit. Yeah, no, it's good. And that's it. I guess we need to do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
No, that's not correct, Stuart.
It's not. Oh, yes.
Yo, you want them iTunes reviews? You got the.
This is from the United States.
Funny.
Yeah. I didn't get this ready for nothing, god damn it.
No, and I told you it were there, and then I forgot all about it.
Exactly. And this is an important review. This person raises a really good point. It's a 5-star review from Hamel Reb. I'm assuming it's somebody who's rebelling against the recent popularity of Alexander Hamilton. He hates Alexander Hamilton. And the title of the review is Older Episodes, 5 stars. Here's the content review. How do you listen to older episodes? I can't go back very far. The end.
Yeah, we have. I limit it to 30 on iTunes because you get a bit sort of arsey if you put loads and loads of episodes up on iTunes.
Yeah, so there's you people.
But if you do, you can listen back to the first ever one, I think, of the Veteran Gamers.
Yeah,
and obviously some before that. Yeah, just go on podbean.com, and if you look us up on there, that every episode is there back to whenever they had a computer crash at some point very back in the day, and the servers went down, and we lost quite a few of the early shows, which I've still got sort of backup copies on my PC.
You got them. You could still access them.
I could re-upload them if I could be bothered. All you gotta do is
drive to Stuart's house, and he'll play them for you.
Yeah, I'll play all the very old 035s episodes if you really want to. But yeah, if you just go on Podbean, you can find every episode back sort of the last 5 years at least.
I'm looking how far back it goes.
Yeah, but it's how far back did he play? That's more the key point here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because they all show there, but they don't all play.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, June 2008 is when we started.
Yeah, none of them play, I don't think, at all.
Let's try December 2009. Oh yeah, they do play.
Yeah, so you can go back a long way if you really 8 years ago.
Yeah,
8 years. If you really wanted to do that and punish yourself with our early shows.
No, December 2008 you can't.
It's
sorry.
only the very early. It's like the first year or so that I miss him for some reason.
June 2009. So somewhere in 2009, you can start to listen to him.
If you really want it, God, that's a long. That seems such a long. Duke,
Yes.
play us a bit from a 2009 show. Let's see what that was like. So if you go to Podbean and do that, that'd be quite funny.
I'll do that. Hang on a second.
Jesus Christ, this is a long time ago.
I'm looking at what did I just click on? Episode 76. CP saying hello. This week we cover Left 4 Dead 2.
God.
25 games to look forward to in 2010.
Nice. All right, I got it. Here is the audio clip from 2009. You ready?
Yeah.
Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Okay, still using the same theme.
Totally different theme, that is.
Yeah.
What happened? The end of yours.
I went to Craigslist.
What's this?
Sale because this is one of the worst goddamn game experiences I've ever had in my life. I hated this game. It made me vomit. Oh my God! And I'm so mad at you because Stu, I knew he was going to be going on and on and blah, 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 it's so wonderful, it's so brilliant. But I trusted you, and I know it's really my fault because I was like, oh, I'll commit to playing it before the show on Monday and blah, 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 blah. And I started playing it last night, and I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning because I always wake up at 6 a.m. And then it was like, I'm going to just play it, and I've been playing it ever since, and I finished it, and I can't believe I wasted all that time because I hated it. Oh, my God. All right. Yeah.
There you go.
Classic moment.
Yeah, Duke's coverage of Heavy Rain.
The archives, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
On this one, this is where Quanran used to do reviews and stuff.
Oh, no. Well, he did loads of those. Anyway, we need to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
Thank you so much, love.
Yeah, let's do that. So, Chinny, over to you first.
Time for a shout-out. Hey!
Well, obviously, Extra Life is worth a shout-out again. Thanks to everybody that took part. Let's do it again next year. And if you're thinking about taking part in Extra Life next year, don't. Because, you selfish bastard, it's all about me. Or you could just sign up to extralife.org. Or I think it's extra-life.org. But it's all about me, so make sure you don't.
It is all about you, isn't it? It's all about you.
Yeah, you can join the VG Hub team if you want, if you fancy it. But if you don't, then I don't know. You don't care about kids, I guess. So thank you to everybody that took part, donated, watched the stream. Much love. I'm going to try and get back into the old streaming thing. So Wednesdays and Thursdays, try and do an hour or so. Then, and I don't know, next week I might do some PUBG or some more Mario. Might just wander around in Mario, get some more moons. I'm not sure, but join me there. Love, love, love.
There you go. Yeah, I'm going to shout out, obviously, Chinny again for his Extra Life extravaganza and the amount of money he raised.
It's all about me.
It's all about Chinny. But also, just a big shout out to everybody who donated to the VG Hub team. Which is obviously a lot of people, and a lot of people made some great donations, and it's all for the kids. It's all for the kids so they can play games, man. We're teaching them how to play games and stuff. That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, play games,
and
kids.
Yeah, and helping them when they're obviously ill in hospital and all that sort of stuff. So it's all for a very good cause. So big thanks to them. Obviously, shout out to Duke for being a trooper, and all the shit that's gone down for him in the last week or two, which isn't great. But hopefully things will get better over the next few weeks, and he'll be getting back to control of Rocket League fun with his Franken thumb. Yeah, Franken thumb. That's quite good. I like that. It's good.
It's great when you reward yourself, Stu. That's
I know.
That's a good thing I said. Remember that thing I said? It was good. I like it. It was good.
And also a big thanks to everybody who sent us some topics this week instead of news, because it was like news is a bit boring. Do something different for a change.
It's good.
And that was good. So thank you very much for that to all those people.
Yeah, nice work, people.
And Soul Brother says, what episode was the Heavy Rain thing?
8.
I can't know. Episode 8 of the Veteran Gamers. There you go. That answers that question, and that's it. Over to you, Duke.
Yeah, I'll shout out Soul Brother because he's the one who came to watch me play Rocket League when I streamed it this week. So shout out to him. What? And Antonio's been asking me about my thumb, so I appreciate the concern, and everybody who's shown such nice thoughts and prayers. Not prayers, because we mostly a bunch of atheists around here, but everybody been very kind about the thumb and well-wishing and all of that. I'm a well-wisher, and that I don't wish you any specific harm. And yeah, you two guys for giving me something to do on Sunday so that I don't have to grade papers.
Yay!
Yay.
I imagine the concern from Antonio is about his more Rocket League teammate than probably,
It's very selfish of him, really.
Actually,
yeah, he is. He don't care about your thumb. He's like, oh my God, I'm praising my teammate. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Like anybody fucking gives a shit.
There you go. And I think that's it. Is that it? Are we done?
I think that's it.
Outro song. The end of the show. You fucking pricks. Turn the podcast off. Oh, wait, you don't need to do that because it'll turn off when it ends. Why don't you listen to another podcast, you ungrateful fuck? So there you go.
Yeah, it sure is a lot less anal leakage. This represents the anal leakage caused by foods made with regular fat substances.
And go and do something less boring instead. Sitting at home, watch TV, hurry up, so good to me. Why don't you?
And this represents the anal leakage caused by foods made with new cholesterol, with 10% less anal leakage.
Sorry, honey. I'm not sure I understand.
Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, just let so is it Soul Brother who's asking? Yeah, Soul Brother is he's already Chinny's already answered that question. Number 8 it was.
8.
Number 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep.
And that'll be around. I'm just trying to look what year and date and month it was.
2009.
I don't know what it was. Was it? Was it late in 2009? November?
That's what it says on the YouTube clip anyway. So if that's wrong, then everything's wrong.
Yeah, no, that is wrong because that's we're still in the 035s days.
Oh, yeah.
Just a minute. Let me have a look. I'm looking. I think it was.
No, that's not true. 2009 was not the over 35s. Was it?
2010 is when the Veteran Gamer started.
Yeah, it is.
Whoops.
It is. I think it was January 2010.
Okay.
No, it's Feb 2010. I think. Let me have a look. No, it's March 2010.
We don't know.
March 2010 it is.
Okay.
After a lot of routing. Yeah, March 2010.
We started on a January.
We started the Veteran Gamer started on January 2010.
Yeah, January 2010.
Okay.
So it's March 2010 it is if you want to look it up on Podbean. And it's the episode was called Heavy Rain. So
Oh yeah.
Baron von Glower, thanks.
The first of the Veteran Gamers was 15th of January 2010.
There you go. As long ago as that. Who knew? All those years ago. Years and years and years and years. Do you know what's weird? When you look at how
still
many
doing
people...
it?
Yeah, that's weird in itself. How many people were downloading the podcast then? There's like a bit of a bump up for the Heavy Rain podcast because I think people go back and listen to that after hearing the clip.
Yeah.
So there you go. All those years ago. Right, that's it, I guess. Time to go. Gotta go to bed and stuff.
Bedtime.
Sleepy.
Yep, that's it. Stopping it.
That's it. Stop it now.
Stopped it. I already stopped it.
Oh, you already did it. There
Yeah.
you go. There you go, people. That is it.
EG.
That is it.
Now I can stand up and move around. Not that
You
I'm
can.
doing it a lot, but I can. I actually almost graded a full class worth of papers during the podcast, so that's not too bad.
No, it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Besides, I got all of Thanksgiving break to grade papers because I'm going to want to do it then. You see, I don't want to do it right now, but I will want to do it later on.
When is Thanksgiving? When's that?
Yeah,
Oh,
when is
it's this coming weekend. Sorry.
All right.
So I actually only have one day at school this week because I have a bunch of doctor's appointments and vet appointments on Tuesday. And we're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So
Well,
there you
isn't
go.
it good to be you this week?
It is good.
I know, yeah, get him.
Mutant thumb.
All
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Duke.
I'll talk at you next week.
See you,
You can do.
Duke.
See you, Duke.
Bye.
There you go. Chinny.
Stuart.
Chinny, stag do.
Oh, yeah. We're still
Oh,
streaming,
yeah?
by the way, but you can talk about it.
Yeah, so I don't care. Whatever. Whatevs.
It doesn't matter if you don't want to come, mate. I'm just asking.
I don't want to come, man. I don't want to come and spend like a weekend with you. Why would the hell would I want to do that?
No.
I've never done that before. Why would I want to do it now?
It's true.
It's true. Yes, I've spoken to the missus.
The boss.
To Mrs. Fowler. You know, the woman in charge, you know, and all that I have to level things with and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, no.
And she's okay with it, she thinks. She's okay.
Well, she knows that you're not going to do anything.
No, I'm good. I'm a good lad. I'll be good.
You're sensible.
She's more worried about what everyone else is going to be doing, but, you know, whatever.
Bit of weed.
Yeah, well, there is that, I guess. Mellow yellow lollies. Spacey cake.
It'll be worth it for you to come just to see me high, I guess.
Yeah, is Bongo coming then?
I've asked him.
Yeah, he mentioned it, didn't he? I don't know. I think he'll be there. I can't imagine him not turning up for
asked
some
him, yeah.
reason. So, yeah, I think he'll turn up. Yeah, so you'll have to let me know what the arrangements are and all that sort of malarkey.
I will do,
and
mate.
such like.
It will happen.
Oh no, I'm assuming it will. I'm assuming it will
I
happen.
will let you know.
That that day is Millie's last exam in her GCSEs as well, on the 15th of June.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm assuming we're flying from somewhere.
No, we're getting a boat. No,
Getting a boat.
Getting a boat from Scotland to Wales, and then we're going to fly from Wales to
Oh yeah.
Germany, and then we're going to walk.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it'd be good.
That's how stag do's work, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all about the journey. Yeah, no, I'll let you know when there's updates, mate. So,
Yeah, let me know what you're doing,
the
how
week
much it's gonna
before.
be, and all. I know, yeah, and all that sort of
I'll
stuff.
let you know the week before. Oh, yeah, it's next week. Get packing, bitch.
yeah. Yes. So I'll make sure I book the weekend off and whatnot.
Do that.
Yes, that's a good idea. If I,
I think
want to
it'd be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. That's fine. So it's definitely going to be that day because I have to book them early in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. Right. Okie dokie.
Okay, Stu.
I will leave you to it.
Sweet.
See you later, man.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye. That's it. That's the end of the show. Please, if you're still watching, go to bed. What? I had a weird thing happen halfway through. It just, my monitors just went off. I'm not sure what happened there. Now I've only got one monitor, even though both of them were plugged in. I didn't do anything. I don't know. I'll figure it out. By figure it out, I mean I'll just restart my computer and hope for the best. Anyway, good night, everyone. Have a good week. Monday tomorrow. Just tackle it straight on. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. It'll be done before you know it. Good night.